Welcome to episode 3 of Masks.
Oh my god, this is only episode 3.
Yep.
It airs promptly
no.
at 6:23 every Sunday. Totally.
Our masks game are cursed. We get to episode 2
And then
have
immediately
like
something big
break.
happens.
This
So,
time, the
yeah.
something big was a mech fight. We really had to.
We really
lose.
decided to get into giant robots and beat each other up for like 2 weeks.
And
straight.
honestly, I'm all for giant robot fights. We can do way more giant robot fights. I want to do a tech attack where I punch someone's computer out of their robot.
Yeah, I somehow, my wife and I somehow got a house, and then we had a trip planned, and it just fell within the same 3 weeks of
Yeah.
like.
So you moved across to Europe and then moved back to a different
Back.
house in California, all within a couple weeks.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The cats are jet lagged. That's what.
Very. So it's been a while. What happened? What's going on? Who
I'm
are
dead.
we?
I'm
Yeah,
dead.
we know that.
Why are we
it's
here?
okay, you're supposed to be.
I'm supposed to be dead.
You're supposed to be dead.
I think
Yeah.
last time we did family dinner, or tried to.
You're about to
Mm.
do
We're-
family dinner.
Oh,
You-
we did
We
family
dinner-
dinner a cabal of wizards.
Dinner is set up and plated and ready for you to. Everyone just sat down and then we stopped the session, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That dinner's been waiting for like 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
cold.
With a giant mosquito.
Yes, malaria, the
the town is
infectious mosquito
yeah.
person.
the town is infested with wizards.
hmm Justice Beam is here to put a stop to everything without any moral issues whatsoever.
Yeah, Justice Beam keeps the peace
hmm
through
At any cost.
superior firepower.
And we definitely haven't bartered a dinner of silence for a date without
Oh, yeah.
anyone's consent.
Solar constantly live streams and was convinced finally, bribed to turn off the stream. For a bit.
Count as a
To
bride
not
of
live
not
stream
something that you
family
wanted.
dinner.
It's like you were forced into turning it off to have a date later.
And as far as I'm concerned, all of this is just normal stuff. I mean,
Yep.
in the 3 weeks that I've been around, this is just
Yep.
par for the course.
Yep. Though
Your idea of what normal is going to be really impressively skewed.
you
Mm,
also
mhm.
have some, what's the right word? Things going on in your background, Glitch, with the
What is
Direct-
her name?
oh, I have her name here. Hold on.
The girl
I was gonna say
muscular.
oh, Jessica. I was gonna say Director Mallard and the letter
Her.
from him.
Oh,
But also
yeah.
Jessica.
Mm-hmm.
She was incredibly unhelpful, if I remember correctly.
To be fair, you
Unwilling-
didn't try to talk to her. You said broke
Unwilling
into...
to give me her blood.
Unwilling to give
normal
random
people would
free
just ask
dead
for
guy.
it.
Yeah. You're an undead who asks for people's blood. You might not be a zombie.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
Might be a different type of undead. But yeah, I
She doesn't-
think. What else do we have? I think that's roughly everything we've seen. A tough conversation with Solar's handler, and also some stuff. Oh yeah, Void's brother is involved in wizardry, or at least
He's dabbling-
considering it. He's
dabbling with
Yeah, he has
wizardry.
his first card
Yeah.
back, but he hasn't opened
Listen,
it yet.
the first one's free.
Yeah. But he hasn't opened his
Oh yeah,
his-
aren't they Vancian wizards?
They're
Is that what-
specifically low-level OSR-based Vancian wizards, actually.
Now I'm imagining the card pack having just little incantations on each card.
No, it takes 6 cards to assemble a page of a spell book. They're randomly packed cards.
It's a...
That's how you monetize it.
The
You
s-
release new spells in packs, and you gotta buy like 3 cases to like lottery your way
Actually get
into
that
one.
last
Like Monopoly
rare.
money from McDonald's, where they print 7,000 of all but one piece.
Yeah. So, family dinner. Everybody sits down. As a reminder, it is you four. It is Void's brother, who I need a name for again, Barney.
Barney.
Yep.
Arnie.
Yes, Barney.
We also have Mom and Dad, Mother Time, and Void's
Stay-at-home dad.
Stay-at-home dad. Yep.
That's a superhero name. Stay-at-home dad.
It should be. And that's everyone at the table. So, I think in this case you're all sitting down. If I remember correctly, there was a bit of a hubbub about they were all going to like hide their identities audibly for the live stream, and then when that changed, they changed their mind, and so now they're able to just sort of talk.
Now we're
normally.
able to just, yeah.
Yeah, there's weirdly in a pile in a corner of the dining room now, like a pile of dead president masks, like rubber Halloween masks of former
Yeah,
presidents.
Even though it's just audio, we
Even though
put
it's-
them on to get in character.
Definitely.
Okay, I call Teddy Roosevelt. That's my dead president mask.
So you
There's no good choices. Not a
William
single
Henry
one.
Harrison.
That's a good choice. He's dead. He died within 30 days. It's the best
He did.
president.
I don't even know.
I don't know most of the presidential history at all.
He died within 30 days of joining office, so he did
Yeah,
nothing.
he got
Of the
pneumonia.
flu or the pneumonia.
He got pneumonia at the speech and then was bedridden and died. He was the world's best president.
He gave his presidential speech in the rain and then got pneumonia and died because it was like the 1800 or something.
Excellent.
It's American history for you. It's great.
Hmm.
Yep. So
Better than what we got now.
Fair.
you everything's quiet for a moment as everyone's eating. If I remember correctly, there was like a ham or something.
No, it was everyone's
No,
favorite meal. was
everyone's
made.
Everyone's
favorite meal.
individual favorite meal. Okay, then that'll be our first question. What is everyone's individual favorite? Like what
Pretty sure
what
I
dish
had,
has everyone
like,
contributed by
that
just being
thing where
here?
there's like gummy worms and beaten up chocolate cake.
Okay, yeah,
think-
you're dead. You
I
can eat
think
whatever you
Called
want.
a bucket of mud, I think, but it's like
I've
gummy
never heard
worms.
of that, but that sounds.
It's
totally
like,
try it.
you know, 90s middle of America. They just shove stuff from the
Yeah.
like Walmart in a thing with Cool Whip kind of.
Yeah, it's called chocolate dirt cake. It looks
chocolate
like dirt,
cake.
and you've got like worms in it. Yeah.
That's
I
kind of
literally
great.
just looked up. I thought it was called bucket of mud because I got like this is what
There
I would
is something
think.
called bucket of mud that is
There's
based
puddle
on
of
that.
mud.
There's a recipe site.
There's puddle of mud.
Yeah. Bucket of mud recipe, but the picture of it shows it in an actual bucket.
Obviously,
this is
like
what I
a
saw.
used bucket. That is also coincidentally what mine is in. It's an old rusty bucket.
Yep.
Tetanus be damned.
He's dead. He doesn't need to worry about that.
Fine.
Yeah, it's just everyone else has it off the top. You have the bottom where it actually touches the metal.
I think Void just has like, I think he has dinosaur chicken nuggets.
Oh, I was gonna say a trademark Subway footlong sandwich. Or is that Solar's dinner?
No, I have macaroni and
Quiznos?
cheese. Macaroni and cheese.
Is this
The
is this
good
nice or
Kraft.
box? Okay, good.
It's
Mac
craft
homemade.
brand, obviously. It's obviously branded
Homemade,
content.
like, you know, it's got what is it? Breadcrumbs on top.
there bacon in
gooey,
it?
Yeah. No. Why would you change the texture of macaroni? It should just be macaroni and cheese. What? No.
But you had breadcrumbs, which doesn't change the
That's
texture
on
at all.
top. That's on top. It's
You could put
totally
the bacon
different.
on top too.
No.
All right, it's on the side. There's a little bowl for those who want it.
Oh wait, what is our computer hologram man eat?
Well,
I-
it's not clear. You might still be capable of eating.
Yeah,
I think
he
we have
is.
cleared that up. Yeah, he is.
Do you hologram hot dogs or something?
So this might be your favorite food without you knowing it's your favorite food, because she's not mind reading you; she's future reading you.
This is what you
Interesting.
It is now
discover
your favorite food.
Yeah,
You're
like-
what is this? Oh,
I'm gonna go pretty basic with it. We'll just be like spaghetti.
okay,
It's
yeah.
just-
She hands it to you like, I think you'll like this kind of thing.
A single
Plain like butter,
like,
spaghetti
noodle.
with butter.
I love how we're like favorite meal for everyone, and almost none of us have meat, and they're all the simplest, most basic things.
It's all
I wanted to look
children's
like a
food.
graveyard. I wanted the spooky dead meal.
Yep.
I just wanted the awkwardness of eating spaghetti for the first time in front of people.
Oh yeah.
You're also like
I have
semi-transparent,
I'm
right?
sorry if my brother watches this. I have a photo actually. I'm looking at a photo of him 2 years old, tomato sauce, just like this,
Mhm.
all over him.
There is a family video of me at my first Easter where I was a fat little baby. I love chocolate. I'm just putting like the you know how it's like wrapped in the aluminum foil,
Mhm.
just putting that in my mouth with the chocolate in it and chocolate like going down my face.
That does not sound healthy to eat that. Ooh.
Frequently thankful that my family was not a record everything your children did
Yeah, mine
family.
too.
I'm very thankful I did not live in that household.
I only had that one photo, and like
I'm a 97 baby. That's what they
yeah,
did.
most recordings are gone now. I think there weren't that many in the first place.
I was gifted the child photos. They are put away.
Never to be seen by the
Basically,
light of. They were
Yeah.
handled by top men.
What are you supposed to do with them, though?
See,
Just,
you
like,
seal
have a
them
wall?
in you bury them in ancient dungeons to be
Well-
found by future adventurers.
You just,
Yeah,
have a
like-
wall of your own photos.
My mother kept them until I got married because they were purely there to embarrass me.
Mhm.
That sounds like it's the best time. Like once you're married,
Why'd you
they're
stop
stuck
that? You
here
can-
while you show them
you
the
can embarrass
photos.
a
No,
married
the
child.
photos got shown on like date 3, like when I
Okay.
brought her home. So,
so can you still stand this person?
mhm.
Yeah. Excellent.
Photo test.
I don't think either of us have experienced a photo test.
No.
No, that's fine.
So, everything's quiet for a bit as everyone digs into their favorite food. I think Barney's favorite food is going to be I think I'm going to go with a McDonald's hamburger. No, a better quality one, but still fast food.
It
Five
is the
Guys.
McDonald's
Made
hamburger,
at
but it's
home.
homemade. So I'm the chicken nuggets and he's the hamburger.
Yeah. Yep.
We have all the options of like steak.
Wasn't Barney supposed to be like super smart or something? Isn't
He
he?
still likes
yeah.
burgers, but yes, he's
Oh.
he's pretty smart. You can. Yeah, no, he and I think the parents have more adult, like they have a refined palate, and so they have food that actually requires forks and knives specifically.
I'm not eating whatever this bucket of slop I was given was. I just appreciate that it looks like
Yeah,
dirt.
that's why it's your favorite, not because of how it tastes.
I'm not eating it. That's weird to actually eat at dinner in retrospect. Now that I see it next to like food that's not 100% sugar,
Well,
I'm like,
yeah.
I don't want this.
There's
but I
probably, like,
appreciate that it's dirt.
again, knowing that, there's probably something else for you that's available.
so I get the
It's a
Subway
table
footlong
bouquet.
sandwich
Yeah.
delivered.
Yep. It specifically is delivered on time. Like you say, like you start eyeing it, and then the doorbell rings, and yeah, mother time. Obviously not caution, but she gets up, and she says, "I'll get it," and she comes back with like still in the plastic bag, it's like big non-sponsored Subway logo on it, and like plops it directly on your plate.
It's sub-way.
Yeah, sub-way. And
It's parody. It counts.
Counts.
yep.
The colors are switched instead of it being green
good,
and yellow.
good, yes.
It's yellow and green.
Mhm.
Mhm.
But yeah, you,
Emerald and gold.
but yeah, you all have your meals. I think as I said, everything's quiet for a bit. I'm gonna ask if you want to bring something up first, or does Mother Time start introducing
I'll-
I
topics?
see if your
I'll
brother's
pop up here.
Oh, I had to think too. Mine's probably less
See my
important.
brother's a wizard.
Yes, you got it in one. It was to see if I can sense that your brother's a wizard.
I don't think you have magical wizard sensing things.
I was just gonna like stink eye him and see if any magic
and
comes
peel
out.
away his mask.
I'll
Oh my
converse with
God.
them. Then we can.
Okay, yeah.
Do
All right,
What
do
do you
that
say?
first,
Oh,
and
we'll
then I'll
see
give
any
him the dead
conversations
stink eye to
with
see if he's a wizard.
Yeah.
So I think I just look up across the table and I'm like, I feel like. Have we been? Do we go to? I think we might go to the same school. Are you? Do I know you?
He looks he like looks at you for a split second, then looks down shyly. He chooses food. Is chewing a bite of his burger that's too big, and now he regrets it. So he tries to he doesn't answer for an awkwardly long time as he tries to chew faster. And then finally, swallowing, he says, yeah, we're just to double check the ages. I want to check if it
He's a
makes
year
sense.
older.
He's a year older than you?
Yeah.
Okay. So then,
Yeah.
he's actually gonna say he's in the same class as you. I think losing a leg might have cost him some years.
It might have cost him a year.
Yeah. So he says, yeah, we're in not every class, but I think like you do
We have
gym
AP
together.
English.
Yeah, no, you
Oh.
do gym together. There's
Okay,
no way
yeah,
he would have
that
been able.
makes
We
sense.
lost a year of phys ed.
Yeah.
Yep. He says, yeah, we do gym together.
Dude, does he soup up his leg so he can like Mario jump?
I don't know. He probably
So
still
superhero world, he has, I'm pretty sure, fully functional like prosthetics. If there's someone with a laser beam tower, I'm sure
He
they
does
can make
have-
a working
yeah.
like a fully articulated, like it just works. Like
Yeah.
it's probably still expensive, but like it just works.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
the superhero mom, you have superhero mom budget.
Oh,
for-
also unlimited future money, so it works real good.
yeah. Remember, she plays
I'm
the
sure
stock
he
market.
keeps-
I think we actually decided that.
She
Yeah.
plays the stock market.
And
It
she
has
can
a
see
like-
the
She
future.
gets money.
It has like an
Fucking
internal
unethical as
snack
shit.
fridge.
Oh, yeah.
Like it has
Listen.
all of the bells and whistles.
Listen, she does it just to live comfortably. She's not like
She limits
make-
herself, and she constantly says it's not as strong as you think because you can only see like things people decide in advance. Any reactionary buying or selling, she can't.
She literally
respond
buys one less than the amount that it would take for her to get noticed.
Oh,
So
yeah.
all of it's kind of horseshit.
Jesus
Like,
Christ, your
I
mother is
don't-
Nancy Pelosi.
I don't do so much that I get in trouble, but like buy one because she knows that if it's one over,
She knows
it's
the
gonna
she
get
would
limit.
get caught. Yep.
But yeah,
you gotta
I'm like,
you gotta sprinkle in some bad ones in there too, so she has to go like, you know what, this one's gonna go down, so let me buy it.
Yeah. Still a net profit though.
but I like this company, so. But yeah, I'm like, I knew it. I remembered recognizing you when you went up for the honor roll last year when you
Oh. Oh.
you just stood out.
Yeah. Thanks. He like blushes and looks down, and he says, "Yeah, it was for robotics." And he kind of like shrugs.
Do you like doing robotics?
I kind of have to with the leg thing, so I learned it while learning how my leg worked, and then started improving it.
I mean, with the leg, maybe you could like it, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have to. What do you like?
He like
Oh, your mic got real sensitive for some reason.
Mine?
It's like, yeah.
Yep.
oh yeah, no, it's a dynamic mic. It picks up everything. Let me know if there's any issues.
It's
But-
better
like-
now.
Yup.
It's better now, but it's
And
like
it's
constantly
worse.
on.
No,
no,
I
now it's
I
fine.
shouldn't have mentioned it. Quite frankly, I should have just kept my mouth shut.
I think there was a noise from upstairs, and then the mic was increased. It's a dynamic mic; it increases its sensitivity as if it thinks that you're talking. I think it
Yeah.
increases sensitivity.
I think that's what it did.
Trying to pick that noise up, but that's rare. Today is a rather noisy day, though. But he sort of looks around to the rest of the family who are like trying to his parents, and I don't know how you're reacting, but his parents are just trying to like not intrude on the conversation, but they're still totally watching this like
I
intently.
want to hype up my brother because I want him to be like,
Oh yeah,
yes, do robotics, don't do magic, do robotics.
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, a lot of kids in this school get into wizardry, but not you. Or
Not you.
yeah,
Yeah,
do
you
you just
don't-
step in before he can really respond? Because he is definitely hesitating before he replies.
Yeah, I'm gonna hype man him and be like, yeah, what's his name? Barney. I'm Benny, right? Yes,
No!
Barney.
You
Yeah,
named
Barney's
him.
really good with the robotic stuff. I mean, even he even fixed Dad's lawnmower like last month, souped it
I
up.
mean, that's
Works
great.
better than ever. Your dad like chimes in and says, "Yeah, works better than ever. Better than when I bought it, even."
I mean, the robotics is great, and that's seriously super cool, but is that what you like to do?
He shrugs in response. He doesn't actually say anything. He's being very shy.
He's being modest. He's good at a lot of things.
I kind of no. He like stops himself from saying what it is.
I look way too into that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, I've been learning some card tricks.
Which one? What is it to look way too into
Uh,
I
something?
think it's mundane, but I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's to pierce the mask. Is that it?
Yes, pierce the
Pierce
mask.
the
is
mask
the rule.
almost certain.
All right. I rolled a 6. What do I learn?
XP.
Yep,
Unless someone wants to help you.
that's
Or
true.
you have something that
We
allows you
get-
to ask
Oh, how
free
much
stuff or
team do we
something.
have? Hold on.
I think we have 2.
Okay, well, at the beginning of a session, it goes up to 3.
Okay, 3.
And yeah, does someone want to spend one and say how they help? Zen, you were saying something?
Oh, I was just saying, do you have anything that adds questions to pierce the mask? Because I know you've got
No, they're
It's for
some
the
all-
other
stuff.
one.
all my
For-
my
Okay.
questions are for
assess.
like superior.
Mm.
Pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is anyone helping to bump this up to a 7, or are we going to stick with the 6? How much do you want the XP, Morg? Or you could act selfishly to bump up your
Yeah, I'm
mundane
gonna act
stat.
selfishly and like lean over the table more than is strictly necessary
Perfect.
Insert yourself
to
into
get
this.
closer to the source of the suspicion.
Okay, I can see. I don't think leaning over the table is enough to count as acting selfish, but I can see you like standing up and like instead of sitting a few spaces away from him, you like get up and like walk next to him and like
Youth pastor chair swing, sit
yeah,
down next to
exactly.
him.
Yep,
So I hear you're trying to do magic.
perfect. Ask one question.
Is he a wizard?
The answer is not yet. Also, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to ask one question from the list. But
Yes.
in this case,
Well,
Not yet.
What's the list? Does the list include wizard questions?
you can,
What are you
can
really
twist one to
planning?
work, yeah.
Yeah.
How could I get your character to admit he's a wizard?
Or to just say whether or not he's a wizard or something.
Yeah.
Because if he could come out to it, that would be great. How could I get your character to admit to wizardry?
Ooh, okay.
Do Do I have to flash some wizard gang signs at him?
Wizard gang
So,
signs. You
I
flash
think
some somatic
you
components.
kind of have to like almost force or pressure him into do it. Not even necessarily out of shame, but out of like embarrassment. He is feeling very much the subject of attention right now and not really used to that. But I think you spot in his back pocket a. I was joking with the magic cards, and that will be a joke. But I think what I described before was some kind of like wand or something, like some kind of starter wand. I don't remember what it was. I described this is how
Dang,
Void saw that
He's
he was-
strapped up right now.
I don't think so. This is how Void saw something. I don't remember what it was.
It was like something on the counter that he like grabbed before like he thought I saw it. It was like a like the Wizard Club or something.
Right, that's what it was. So it was a card, but it wasn't something about doing wizardry. It was about like the an advertisement, like sort of club card with contact info.
Yeah,
you see
it
that
was like he was thinking
sticking
about
out of his
it.
back pocket, and you recognize, that logo.
Yeah, so I think the move is I'm gonna reach into my shirt pocket and obviously pull out a full-sized wizard hat that I had collected earlier on in the day.
Yes.
And redirect the conversation away from him while still sitting right next to him about a scuffle with wizards we got into recently. They were beating up an old lady outside of a supermarket just to level up.
Yeah. Listen, old ladies are worth at least 20
Well,
XP.
it's the gold to XP rule. That's the thing. They literally get XP the more gold they take from their enemies. So they bring it back to base. It turns into XP.
Oh, yeah. I start talking about the vile fiends that patrol our city streets
Perfect.
to see if that makes them feel pressured.
Well, probably it pressures them to hide it more if that's the thing you're going with your Pierce the Mask answer. What are firstly, because you are adjusting your mundane stat, I was going to check what you're lowering in order to raise your mundane.
Gonna lower something. This didn't sound like a very superior action. I didn't really.
Well, yeah, mundane is a bit different. I think.
Oh, I meant for like what to lower. Like,
I
this
see what you
didn't
mean. Yeah,
feel
yeah,
like I was using all of my undead brain
that makes
to
sense.
figure out a way around this problem.
Yep.
I kind of just, I'm trying to pressure this kid into cracking and admitting he'll never do wizardry again or whatever.
In terms of, to clarify what I mean by pressure, then, you basically have to snitch on him, and then he'll admit it. Once someone asks him directly, like, "Are you doing wizardry?" or something like that, he'll admit it if it's directly confronted.
I'll bring the conversation back around and then say, like, I know there's a wizardry club at the high school, or at least there was when I went there, being an undead of indeterminate age.
Yeah, you just enroll in high school for a few years, graduate, and then
It's very
a
unclear
decade or so
if
later
I'm
do it
actually a
again.
teenager or if I am a dead teenager or
You're
what.
always a teenager. It's
You just Twilight it? Is that what you're doing? You just
Without
go
the
to
No, but
romance.
like
schools?
dead, you can't develop. You can't develop at
Yeah,
all.
you can't age if you're dead.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like I'm gonna start. I think the move is I have to infiltrate the wizard club to really get to the source of the rot in this community.
you got to get to the kids before the wizards get to the kids.
Yeah,
Excellent.
gotta show them what justice is, or as my master would call it, laser beams.
Yep. So
Um,
that sounds like it's a later plan. So for now, you spot it, you bring up beating up some wizards, and you're gonna sort of let it sleep for now.
Oh no, mentioning that I'm going to the club is the end of it. Like that, I'm gonna.
Okay.
I might need to slip into that club, so it makes me feel pressured that, like, because I
Maybe you
recognize
shouldn't
the
go there,
slip on
yeah.
it. It's like, ooh,
Mm.
I get
Yeah.
caught.
Yeah, he like coughs slightly on a bite of his burger as you're talking, and you mentioned that, and he's like that, and he's like, sorry, but then plays it off like it's nothing.
Can I want to comfort and support my brother here because he is my he is my rival, but also part of my bull's heart, and all my bull's heart stuff works with
Yeah,
my rival and my love at the same time.
absolutely.
Oh wait, press one to any role that impresses your love or frustrates your rival. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna rat him out.
Oh, after last night's conversation, too.
Wow. You're kind of a dick.
Yeah. Yeah. So, this is like a like he's not doing it to be mean. He's doing it to like, bro, I care about you. Don't get involved with these dang wizards. Like this is how he's like comforting and supporting. He's like, this this dinner's really an intervention for you.
Oh,
I see these scum on every day in the streets.
I think it's up to whoever notices it, including Void. You can notice it, but I think your mom, upon learning that you're about to do this, once you decide to do this, she gives you a look, and she's gonna try to like politely eye contact. She's gonna try politely eye contact you not to do this.
Just before you start.
But
I get potential if I do
you can
it.
like she's not going about it very forcefully. You can still just do it. You can not even notice it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna like say that I care about him and like I don't want you going down this dark path, bro. Like,
Path of shadow magic.
shadow magic. I knew the shadow wizard once named Greg. He was not cool.
Yep. He only lasted 2 sessions. Okay.
Okay. So I assume this is frustrating him because he's like, bro, why'd you say that?
Yeah, no, everything goes like. Do you want to say specifically what you say, or how? Like, how much does everyone just stop eating when you bring that up? And
I'd jump in. But...
Yeah,
Okay.
he's definitely doing it not in a way to like intentionally make his brother mad, but he's really doing it in the way of like,
to help.
yeah, I'm trying to help. This is a concerning thing.
I sense a Reddit post in the future.
Am I the asshole for outing my brother's wizardry at the dinner table?
Excellent.
I just don't know if there's an actual rule for this or
not yet.
No,
I'll let you know.
Oh, I was trying to comfort and support him.
Oh, you did say that, yeah.
So you're doing an actively frustrating thing.
Let's wait for a second to see if it works. And so he's gonna respond first, or Solar, you're gonna jump in before he.
Yeah. Hey, wait. When was this dinner becoming about work stuff and wizardry? I thought this was supposed to be to get to know your family, to meet them all. Why are we going this direction right now?
I mean, this isn't necessary. It's a intersection of things.
No,
I'm just worried
it's a
about.
jerk move.
Wizard blew my arm off last week.
This is not what we were here to do. Let's just have a nice dinner and enjoy ourselves. What's up with you two?
Mort, are you still like sitting next to Barney?
With the wizard hat?
Yeah.
You're like good cop, bad copping him. Like, we know you did this.
At this point, I'm looking around like, ooh, this is less fun. I thought this would immediately break into a fight. I'm really hoping this would just break into a fight.
I just I don't want I don't want to go out in the street when we're like going after wizards and run into my brother doing wizard stuff. I'm just worried about him.
Perfect. So at that point, he stops He puts his food down and he says, "I'm going to my room," and he starts walking away. If you want, like, you still can say something and try to like change his mind, do act as he's walking away. But
Sounds more like a provoke than comfort and support.
you can do what you want. But yeah, so far, comfort and support is not yet triggered.
Yeah, but Barney, don't do that, man. Like, it's just, this is just it's a serious thing. Like, I think we need to sit down and talk about it.
Roll comfort and support or provoke. Your
Comfort and
choice.
support, please, because I get a +1 to that.
Okay, I don't think they're gonna open up to you, but you'll learn something.
Ooh, I got a 9. On a hit, I mark potential. Yes. I did it for the XP.
Perfect. So, what exactly happens? Let me double check.
I also need to double check.
On a hit, they hear you, they mark potential, clear a condition, or shift labels if they open up to you.
If they open up to you, one of those three things happen.
They mark potential.
Yeah, so they do hear you.
If
they mark,
okay.
yeah, they definitely hear you, and then they do one of the three things.
Okay, so he knows I'm being sincere.
He knows you're
I'm
being
worried
sincere.
about him.
He hears you. He hears your worries about him.
He's just probably not.
He's not going to open up to you, so he doesn't get the benefits from comfort and support. And he says, "You can see there is something raging inside him that he is throttling and repressing very strongly." And then he like grips the railing of the stairs going upstairs very hard for a moment. Then he says, he looks at Solar and says, "It was nice to meet you." Keeps going up.
As he's walking up the stairs, I'd like to stand up, mouth full of spaghetti with a noodle hanging out, and say, "Barley, wait!" And there's this big swallow.
Yep.
It seems you've got a bit of an issue going on between the brothers here, but you're all family. Walking away and not discussing this isn't going to help the situation. Both sides will just dig in. I really think that we all need to sit down and talk about this. Barney, you are clearly an individual, and just like me, you have all the rights given to you. You are free to choose your own destiny. But your brother may have some input about where that path leads. And I think in the name of family, you need to sit down and talk about this. I'm standing up for something.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's your own specific move, right? With a roll?
Oh shit, that's an adult move. I'm looking at the wrong list.
I was like,
Yeah.
That's very mature of you. Too mature.
Yeah.
Suspiciously mature. I just wanted to pick a fight in someone else's kitchen.
Well, then what can I use? Okay.
You can provoke him, but
we'll call it defend.
I like that. Yeah. Okay. Roll with Savior.
That's a 10.
Ooh, nice. Okay. He thinks he like is at the top of the stairs thinking about it for a bit. You can see that Mother Time is about to open her mouth when before she says anything, he starts coming downstairs, and he is still biting his tongue for now, but he sits down. Or actually, no, he's standing at the bottom of the stairs still. And he says, looking at you, Glitch, and curious, he says, who exactly are you? Like, really. I don't know how much he knows. I don't
That's
think
a
he knows that much about you.
that's a great question, Barney. I've been asking myself that for weeks. I don't know yet, and I don't think you do either.
There's a glint in his eye. He walks a bit closer to you, Glitch. And he, like, reaches out for your hand to grab you, but then stops short and says, "May I?" And he looks like, yeah,
Reach
very
up and
intent.
grab his hand.
Yeah, and he, like, holds it and starts, like, stroking it, but in a very, like, examinatory way, like he's inspecting you. He pulls himself away from looking at you and sort of looks at everyone else at the table. And he says, "Fine. Let's talk." And he, like, sits down back in his chair loudly and, like, slightly shaking the table. Obviously angry. Spends a sec thinking about exactly how to voice what he wants to say, and then he says, looking at Void and then looking at his mom and dad both, he says, it's always about heroes. With both of you. With all three of you. The reason I shouldn't do something, or I should do something, is how it affects your jobs. I'm sick of it. While he's thinking about what to say, your dad says, Barney, we've been over this. He again is also not with that. He's also doesn't have powers. Your mother and brother they save people's lives, and even as he's continuing to talk, you can see that there's a very much an air of, like, he's heard this all before and it isn't really hitting.
Yeah, I think I'm going to interrupt my dad.
I think your mom was about to do the same thing.
Oh, okay.
But you can first.
Yeah, like, Dad, he's heard this 1,000 times. I know that I can't ever fully understand how it is being in this family like you do, but doing doing the magic talk about it's like drugs. It's not that it would affect my job if you're a wizard. I don't want you getting hurt out there. We
By
literally
you?
there's many wizard gangs. Just the other night, or was it last night? I don't know.
We've seen a lot
That's
of
the other
wizard
night, it
gangs in a
counts.
very short period of time.
Just the other night,
To be fair, you went
we
looking
stopped
for
a
them.
shipment of fireball wands into the city. Fireball wands. What
And
if you
exact-
go? Sorry.
Did you even actually listen to what he said? He said that everything is about heroing and about coming back to how it affects you. And you're going off to talk about how you did a thing and how you don't want him being a wizard because that affects you.
No, not that. It's because I don't want him going up against someone who has a fireball wand. It doesn't.
Oh, wands hurt a lot.
I'm not saying wands don't hurt. Wizardry is bad, but maybe listen to
We're all just
him?
agreeing on that point. There's no
Wizard gangs are
debate.
dangerous.
There's no debate on how bad wizardry is.
Yeah.
Wands don't kill people, wizards kill
Wizards
people.
It's wizard gangs are dangerous. Solar, I just don't.
So
I
you're
just
just
don't
gonna
like-
go off and fight them and be fine. But if I hypothetically talk to someone related to one, that's too dangerous because I'm just a civilian.
To be fair, we don't let Solar or Void get
Talk
too
to
close to wizards either.
Don't let.
Do our best. Being the non-immortal members of the party.
It's
He
it's
he
not
glances
that
at Glitch a second, noticing that Glitch is not counted as a non-immortal member of the party.
it's not that it's not because I have powers, right, that I'm fine. Like it's dangerous for me too.
Flesh to Stone will take him out in 6 seconds flat.
Yeah, my saving throws are dog shit.
Yep. No matter what high of level hero you are, you're still level 1 if you're not doing
Yeah.
getting wizard XP.
Yeah, Wizard XP is its own tracker.
Yep.
I just don't want you falling in with these wizard people who might like ask you to do stuff for them. And then you're caught up in it, you know? Like once you're in, you can't take off the robes once you're
There's only one way out of wizard gangs. It's in a box.
It's in a box or with a
Only-
clone spell to fake your death.
So there's two ways out of wizard gang.
Yep.
Broken phylactery. That's the only way out.
You know, like did they give you that wand for free? They give you the first wand for free, and then when you want more, that's when you start paying, and then you're always in debt. That's how they get you.
I'm going to appeal to Mother Time here.
Yeah, she's watching all of this. Even with her future sense, there's too much different things going on. She's like,
Look,
Um,
I'm
lots of
really
spontaneous decisions
sorry.
being made.
I thought we were being invited over to dinner to get to know you guys. I really wanted to talk to you about who it was that maybe did your costume. I wanted to get to know this guy who I saw up on stage who I thought was really, really cool. And now we're sitting down and we're just I'm not quite sure why were invited here, but I turned my mic off for this and I'm not really comfortable being a part of this discussion. If you want to hash out your family stuff, that is fine, I guess. But I'm gonna go.
Well, I'm sorry. This
I
was
think
just
Mother Time
a,
speaks up and is like speaking over you. She
Mhm.
says, I think let's that would be best. We'll schedule a redo out for dinner somewhere. But
no. It's I'm sorry. This is just something that was important that I wanted to get out there.
You found out yesterday, Barney says. And I haven't even done anything. I haven't even decided to do anything. And now I'm being ambushed.
I'm sorry. I just need you to know how dangerous they are. You might not see them the way I do, and I might not see them the way you do. I understand that, but from my understanding,
You,
it's
he again interrupts you. He says,
Mhm.
You and Mom are two of the most dangerous people in the city.
Can I directly engage a threat against Void?
oh, do it.
How do you do so?
Um, let's see. I'm not looking to like punch him out. I'm looking to do this almost emotionally, which makes me think it
Mhm.
might be.
Mental fire?
Pardon?
Mental fire?
Yeah.
Use Freak to unleash a radiant beam of brain-searing light.
No,
quite.
you could still do directly engage a threat, but you're like yelling at me.
Yeah,
You're
this
not
is
like
ugly
punching
truth.
me.
This is what this feels
Yeah,
like.
I think it's a matter of Look, you took me aside upstairs and said that turning the mic off, whatnot, was an important thing. We put a lot of effort into doing this dinner, and again, this isn't what it was for. If you wanted to talk wizards, why did you need all of us here to do it, to embarrass? This wasn't okay. This isn't okay. Yeah, I just want to hurt you, basically. I want to take,
We want
my
to make you feel
intention-
bad, yeah.
Yeah, I want to make you feel bad and drop this topic.
Can I assist by just punching him? I understand I'm also culpable.
That would hurt him.
If you
don't
fail, I have an assist ready to go
think
for you.
that Solar needs to say yes or no to your help. Hold on.
I really want to see what the roll is first.
Okay, let's see what the roll is.
That's a good point. It'd be
Oh,
better
I am
after.
curious. Does this count as stage fighting when you directly engage a threat with an audience watching?
I don't think any of the people
Yep.
here count as your audience,
Oh, I could try.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right, let's make a roll and see how it goes.
Do you want that help?
You want help?
Yes.
I would
I
like to
like the
punch
idea.
Void in the face in front of his mother.
Is this
I
like
like
Void's
the
about to
idea of
respond?
Silence,
punch him.
and then a punch fills the
Perfect.
All
Everyone
right.
stands up and everyone's like, and your dad yells like, whoa, 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 that's enough. So
I was just finishing
Void-
the point.
Oh, I know.
Just finishing the point. All right.
Void,
I know
taking
what
a powerful blow?
condition I'm taking.
It's up to you. Do you think this counts as a powerful blow?
I wasn't planning on doing a condition. I was just going to take something from them of,
Okay.
my intention here was to take the leg that you're standing on, like, make you see, no,
get
what
it.
you were doing is wrong. Your intentions were incorrect. You are not paying attention here. It's essentially the same as almost a failed convince them that, like, an adult, reevaluate where you're coming from here.
Cool.
Yeah.
This works for me because
Maybe wizards aren't so bad.
I have afraid, so I'm going to run from something difficult, which is this conversation.
Excellent.
So I get punched, and then I disappear in a black hole.
Perfect.
Chase you out the door, but don't in a black hole.
I think so.
All
Everyone
the stuff on
stands
the
up
dinner
and is like,
table is just a
"Whoa."
mess.
Yeah. There's like Void's plate probably fell onto the ground.
My nuggies came with me.
Oh, there's a
okay.
black hole. I'm sure everything's.
Oh,
tossed
well,
up.
I assume it's one of
There
those
was a
like,
wormhole.
wormhole
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
vanish
okay.
disappears. That's one of the things
Yeah.
for your powers. Okay, perfect. So
I'd like to think my brother goes, "Oh, he could go away."
I think, well, actually, the next thing is everyone stands up, everyone starts talking over each other and trying to do different things. But Barney just says, like, he's like, screw this, I'm leaving. And he just, like, starts walking towards the door. I believe he also can drive, so he grabs his keys and starts walking to his car.
Yeah.
And Solar and Morg, you were, and Glitch, though not as directly.
Still eating.
Actually, no, Glitch, you're here all the time. You're fine,
Still
yeah.
eating?
So, Solar and Morg, you're firmly being asked to leave, both of you, right now.
May I follow? Yeah, Barney. I
You
guess.
can totally follow him, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave, and I'll say thank you for a nice dinner. This was more peaceful than most dinners I've had at home. There wasn't a single
Okay,
word call,
perfect.
not a single interrogation, like at the dinner. It was
There's
great.
a-
Wow.
Pause. They
That's why
were
you
very
punched me.
angry at you, and now that's switching to,
You've
sorry.
met justice.
I think they thought it was
You've met
more of,
justice at meetings.
they might think it was more of a facade being over exaggerated rather than civility and the craziness being under exaggerated. Either way, you are escorted to the door and asked to leave. Glitch,
just like
Is
at
allowed to
Olive
remain.
Garden.
yes. Solar, you catch up to Barney in the garage. The garage door is opening. He has opened the door to his car. I don't think it's anything special. It's not like a super fancy car. It looks like a ordinary, like nice, not beat up but not especially eye-catching car, like a
A
fairly
new
standard car.
Honda Civic.
Yeah. But the door's open. He's about to get in. He stops and he sort of like looks at you. He's not sure.
I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm quite welcome in there anymore. May I ask for a ride home? If you're leaving and you don't have anywhere specific
Yeah,
to
sure.
go,
Yeah, sure.
thanks.
And he gets in. The door is open on the other side for you. You get in the passenger seat, and you both drive off.
Dang, 2 nights in a row, you're getting dropped off by 2 different brothers.
Getting some
Don't worry,
Vampire
it's
Diaries
different
vibes up in this.
Yeah, glitch.
Different
It's just
this
you
time.
and the parents in
I
left in the
I
dining
think
room.
I'm gonna look at Mother Time and be like, I think Barney has a decision he's about to make. Can you tell what it is?
Not until he does. I should have seen this coming. I think she says that. Her husband says, like, honey, you know your powers. No, not my powers. I rely on them too much. Anyone could have seen this coming if thank you for, as ever, your words. Do they call you Glitch as well? Like that's just your name?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. No one's really given me a real one.
Yeah. So thank you for your words, Glitch. You are you've been our most polite guest today. Help yourself to whatever's left on the table. I
It's
don't
a
know if
rusty
you
bucket.
get full, but it's just gonna probably get thrown out in a few days.
Yeah, I'll just like wipe the last piece of bread across the plate, stuff the entire piece of bread in my mouth, and like help them clean up the table.
Yeah. I think both of them start cleaning up, and then Mother Time says she's going to clean up, and she insists on like her and you doing it, and that the dad, again, this is supposed to be one of the days where he gets a break from everything, so she insists that he doesn't cook and doesn't clean today. But it's just you two alone, and she, after a moment, just starts saying, "So you've been spending some time with Benny. Has that been building up for a while? I didn't."
I think it's recent. I'm not the best at reading people yet, but something happened recently. I don't. With what I've learned so far, I don't think it would be wise to stop Barney from doing whatever he wants to do.
I've been, well, giving both of them a bit of a wide leash of sorts, but Benny's been taking after me. Barney has not been, and that's fine. But he's still around it a lot, and it's still. I mean, it's what we talk about. It's eventful, that's for sure. She gives you she starts looking at you, Glitch, and I think she says, You felt like one of the few people here Barney might listen to if you ever want to talk to him one-on-one. But I know you feel like you're learning a lot, like you don't know what's going on. But I think that amongst your friends tonight, you were the voice of reason. And I think I need to ask you, if you want to keep being that to at least Benny. Keep him from making more well-meaning mistakes. I think she's going to do two things as part of this. She's going to influence you. She's going to up your mundane and down your danger, if that's possible.
Danger -2.
So
Mundane
you're
-1.
And then I think you have some stuff about people and identity that is
Yeah,
specific
so
when you learn something that helps you make sense of the world. Okay, so that's up to you.
Yep.
In that case, it's solely up to you if that counts. Then she's just doing that one thing, and she's influencing you to, be more mundane and less dangerous.
Where was that thing?
Blank slates on the bottom right of your Roll20 sheet.
I feel like there was more to it. Because it's possible for those to get written in, and I don't know if I have to write them in myself or
in blank slate. I
if
see
other people can.
Oh,
the never is still empty.
I see what you mean.
Brain joined.
You're looking it up.
There it is. Okay, yeah, I just fill in the other two when I learn them. Is she trying to teach me a lesson? Preferably beginning with never?
Yeah. I don't think so. I think it not beginning with never. I think she's teaching you a lesson, and you can accept or reject this if you want, but it would be, I am just as knowledgeable and capable, we can summarize that, as the rest of the group, as the rest of your team.
I can turn that into a never.
That's fair. Never assume another team member knows better than you.
Never doubt your ability to see reason.
I like it. Okay. I want to have a scene with Solar, but I think that would be longer, so I quickly want to check in with Void. Where did you teleport to? Are you just in your room upstairs, or are you somewhere else?
No, he's somewhere else.
Okay. And do you want to see that now or later?
We can see it later.
Okay. And I'll check in with Morg. Are you just like walking home, or going to go find some more wizards to beat up?
Looking for bug guys.
Okay.
What? Oh, for mosquitoes.
I want to go find a
Mosquito
swampy
people.
bog or something to go check out.
I don't know if there's any really near Halcyon, except on
There's
like
not any stagnant water anywhere near this city.
bog.
You're
to
gonna go
me,
make some stagnant water. Is what you're gonna do. You're gonna take a bucket, pour it, and then wait.
You could go delve into like the Halcyon sewers.
Yeah, you could go to the sewers.
Yeah. I want to jump down the nearest manhole cover.
I do
Perfect.
love how
Clearly they all-
absolutely little that affected you.
Yeah, they lead to the exact same soundstage.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of what manhole cover in the city you jump down, it's one sewer soundstage. So
Yeah.
I would like to jump into that and look for signs of giant mosquitoes.
Perfect.
I'm investigating.
You are investigating. This will take you all night, so I think I'm going to ask for a roll now, and then we'll get back to what happens. But for now, Um, assessing a situation is
Oh no, I'm finding giant mosquitoes in the sewer with
using your
my
powers.
detective
Ah,
my
your detective
detective
powers. Yeah,
power.
okay. Roll plus freak
I'm actually going to roll plus superior
because of your move that lets you
because
do
I
that.
have a move about it. But yes, I am using my detective powers to accomplish this task directly.
Okay.
I rolled a 7.
Okay. We'll get back to you and see what you see, but you find something, that's for sure. I think we cut to I think you're probably still in the car. He doesn't really like he didn't originally have a purpose for the drive, but now he's driving you home. Solar. And it's quiet, I assume, for the first few minutes. Um other than probably giving him directions. And he
Yeah.
says, are you did you turn your recording back on?
I think that my response is one that Marissa is not comfortable saying. Fine. Uh, you get an oh shit, and uh, and do you mind if I really don't like having it off. I want to show people that superheroes are people too, that we're just normal, and I am I am so sorry. I wasn't expecting it to be like that at
No,
all.
I
And
know, you're the only one that had my back there. It wasn't a complete gang up.
so, do you mind? Can I turn it on? They really should be.
Just don't say my name, but yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And I pull out my phone, click the button, and then put my phone away. There's
Yeah.
nothing special
There's
telling
gets
me.
quiet
Like,
for a minute and he says, do you say anything when you're back?
no,
Hello?
it's not like I'm a TV announcer or anything like that. Like,
No, I
I'm
guess,
not
but you don't
putting on.
usually take a break.
I guess not, but I'm not like a TV persona putting on an act. That's exactly the whole point. That I'm not doing that. That whatever they are hearing, that's me. That's just me. And so if I was, talking to the mic, that's kind of breaking the whole point, isn't it?
He shrugs, but it very in a different body language than before. Before he was shrugging because he didn't want to really say anything at all. Now he's shrugging in a very specific, like, I just don't know, like much more open way. Um, he says, maybe, but yeah. Well, I guess I'm glad to know that wasn't planned. At least, not by all of you.
Honestly, I doubt it was even planned by Benny.
Yeah.
I don't.
Mom would have had a hissy fit.
Yeah. And as much as that wasn't cool, I don't think he meant it. At least not the way that it came out. Not that I'm trying to defend what he did or anything,
No,
but
worst part is I know he's right.
he's
Sorry. I know the wizards are bad news. I mean, you're not gonna outright lie. You did fight wizards. They had fireball wands and whatever else, right?
yes, we did.
It's it's not necessarily the fact that he's always right. It's that he always gets his way. even if it's because he's always right, or, I mean, mom's a whole different story, but
It feels like something that your family doesn't get is that you don't need to be a hero to be special.
he like wrinkles slightly at that and says, I don't want to be special. I just want to be normal. What I dig about your show is that you're being normal in where people aren't, or they wouldn't see. They see someone who's special, and you're making sure that they see you as normal. And I think that's cool. But with my family, it's the opposite, where there's a big, they can't, they don't see themselves as normal, and they see themselves as special, and it's such a part of them. Even with my dad, he doesn't have powers, but he still sees the other two as special. That's the whole thing he brought up before. Like, it's a lot of pressure to be special in a family full of people like that. I'm good at robotics, but I just feel like if I pursue that, I'm just doing it to fulfill their expectations. I don't really. He pauses and he like looks down for a bit. I mean, he's driving, so he doesn't look down for that long. But you're at a red light.
Looks at the road, hopefully.
Yeah, he looks down for a second while you're stopped at a red light, and then he says, "My anything to do with robotics reminds me of my leg." And what happened with my leg originally.
How?
Did he tell you about that? What did he? Hold on.
I mean, I think there's been a couple of mentions. I mean, last time when Morg got beheaded, they were almost joking about how that wasn't the first time that a body part has been lost. But I didn't know anything about it specifically.
Works though.
It sounds so bad out of
It really
context.
does.
Wait, they were joking about my leg being torn off?
Yeah, yeah. He gets quiet and he says, "Oh, yeah."
Was it about
My
Betty or
brother
something?
accidentally took my leg off when his powers manifested.
That's awful.
He shrugs again. And so anything to do with my leg, I mean, I like the robotic leg. It's probably better than the original would have been. It's like a step leg. It feels like mine, but not biologically.
Listen, I know we haven't known each other for too long, and would you be interested in hanging out later to maybe see if we can't figure out if there's anything else that you're interested in, like a hobby that's not robotics, or
So he
Or
pulls
don't
up in
know.
front of your house at this point, and he says, you're about to get out, and he says, "I'm still actually hungry because I only got like a third of the way through my burger. I hear there's a Denny's nearby."
The most romantic of places.
We could go
Denny's.
somewhere else. I don't know. We could.
Could be Waffle
Admittedly,
House.
that was my first date at Denny's. So,
What is that? What's the checkerboard milkshake? They have the really skinny fries.
Checkers
Not
or
checkers.
Sonic? No.
No, that's.
I'm gonna need.
They got a
I
very
don't know most of
specific
these.
one. I
There's
forget
one
what it
nearby
is.
my house, but I don't think it's nearly as much of a large chain. I know it's called Boardwalk, but that's Canadian. It's not.
Yeah. I mean, there's like Ruby Tuesdays, but I don't know if that's East Coast too.
It
anyways,
is.
No one goes.
I'll basically say something along the lines of, "Yeah, I'd like that," and then just kind of fade to black.
Perfect. Yeah. So you, I think you drive off, and I think we can see as you drive off, like the window curtain opens. Was it your mom? Who's looking out
It
of the
was
window?
Mom
Your mom or your stepmom?
It was Mom Week, so I was heading to
Excellent.
home to Mom.
Yeah.
And what was it? One question that I have is, how different is Void's voice from his brother's? Are they discernible as different
They're
people?
identical twins.
Yeah. Their
So,
voice.
however
their
discernible
their voice
they are.
box is the same. The way they talk is very slightly different, but to
So there's going to
like
be some level of confusion here.
yes, most people would not be able to tell them apart just by voice.
Not to mention
Yeah.
airing family drama on stream.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
and also, when the scene's done, no takebacks. You both said Benny and Morg during that thing. There was some mix-up between real
Oh,
and fake
sure.
identities.
You didn't
It's
say
fine.
hellebore.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
Some nerd.
Someone's name is Ben. I mean, listen, it's a big city. How many Bennies are in the city?
Yeah, but some nerd has connected some dot on a
Yeah, I was like,
string
there's like,
Yeah.
okay, lost leg, Benny.
That's a little bit more. That's a little
Yeah,
more.
that's a lot, pretty specific.
Morg.
Yeah.
Robotics
Solar.
was brought up. That was not by you, but still.
Your
Well, the
books can
Reddit
be
sleuths are on it.
Googled.
They're going to come
Oh,
to
yeah.
exactly the wrong conclusion and cancel 4 people over it.
Yep. Paparazzi are going to show up at just some completely other person's house. So, where do I think we still can have time for one more scene? I think let's actually. I do want to see where Void ends up. I think let's go with that. More. I think after the break we'll see where you end up.
In
Or
the
maybe
sewers.
yeah, what you find. I guess is the right way to put it.
Yeah, I know. I was like, but we know where I went, so it's fine. It's
Yeah.
before the break stuff.
Mhm.
Where did you wormhole to, Lloyd?
I'd want somewhere naturey, but it's probably like the Central Park of Halcyon City. Like
Oh
you just
yeah.
Like
We
you went
said there's
there.
a seaside, so there's a beach, like a real gross city.
There's probably
beach.
also a Central Park. Like it's this weird
Yeah.
amalgamation of
It
everyone's
has all of the
idea of a
city
big
things
city.
that you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, every major thing from every major city at once.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a desert on the west side.
Yeah.
No one knows why.
Yeah.
I think he's there
A
feeding
great
his
golden
chicken nuggets
bridge
to
in part of it as
squirrels.
well. Like it's a whole thing.
Oh, there's at
Nothing
least 4 of
together.
those. One of them is under construction at all times.
It gets taken out by a kaiju every other week. Yeah, he's sitting there feeding squirrels his nuggets.
Yeah.
They're omnivores. They'll eat
Do
them.
they?
They're omnivores.
Like you're
Most
making
rodents
carnivorous
are.
squirrels now, eh?
Most rodents are omnivores. You just don't think about squirrels eating baby birds, but
Yeah.
Oh,
they will.
fun.
That's what a chicken. It's chicken nuggets.
Yep. No, you're right.
You're teaching them the ways.
So, I think in this case,
Does his dad come and find him?
I don't think your dad does.
A wizard gang.
Justice Beam.
I'm
Justice
considering
Beam.
Justice Beam,
Oh no.
but I don't think the Central Park's in his tower in the thing. I
It's
think,
not in his district.
I think you see, yeah, a random homeless guy, like calls out, like, "Hey, You're in my spot.
Oh, sorry, man.
Wait, you got nuggies?
Yeah, I just hold one out. It's dinosaur shape.
Yeah, he like looks at it, looks at you, and he says, "All right, you can stay." He grabs it.
Listen, random homeless man.
Steve.
Do you mind if I just Steve?
Yeah, I think
Homeless
he's a
Steve.
name. Without
Homeless
a
Steve.
moniker.
I'm sure you get this all the time, but can I just lay family drunk and
You'd be
get your
surprised.
opinion?
Well, I guess you wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I do actually. It's a whole thing. But I charge by the 5 minute. Actually, she charges 1 nugget per minute.
Listen, man, like I'm a superhero, and it's just really hard. And I'm worried about my brother. You know the wizard gangs. There's probably one around here.
Wizard gangs, you think they're the worst of it?
No, but they're pretty bad.
I mean, not to me, not to us. We don't got anything to steal.
That's true. No offense. I hand him a nuggie.
Yeah, he takes
Now,
it.
what you gotta be careful of is the fucking mole people.
he's got an
The
aluminum foil
skeeter
hat.
people in the sewers.
I mean, I saw my brother is looking into wizardry, and then I brought it up at our like family team dinner, and he got all mad at me, and then one of my teammates got real mad at me. My other one punched me, and it's just like he's got a black eye.
I like that you're doing this all in civilian clothes.
Yeah, like this dude doesn't know who I am.
No. He says, what's the worst thing you think is going to happen to your brother?
I mean, he's gonna get involved with the wizard gang and get fireballed. I'm very protective of my brother. When my powers first came through, I took his legs gone because of me.
So you feel bad for him? I mean, you should. You kind of did take his leg. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just, you know, I'm not. You should feel bad for him, but you also
I do feel
should
bad.
feel a bit guilty.
I am guilty. I don't have it ticked, but I am guilty.
What do you want to do with that? What do you think's gonna like? He gets fireball. Is that your fault?
No, I just don't want anything more fucked up to happen to him.
It's a dangerous city. You know, some of my friends have been caught in the middle of a fight. In an abandoned building, which was safe to do. Like, you know how many people like me are exposed to collapsing buildings that never gets recorded because it's supposedly like demolished or abandoned or empty.
I guess I never thought about that.
Your brother gets fireballed. That still sucks, but it's also normal in this place. At the bottom, everything looking up, everyone above you. The only place to step is on someone. Or I guess to get stepped on.
So you're saying you either gotta step on someone or be stepped on? Or you try to avoid getting stepped on?
I'm saying there's no real safety in the city. Even out in the suburbs, there's all sorts of stories of mind control or rampaging monster bursts out of someone's garage. Turns out they were experimenting with like biotech. No, like whatever.
Yeah, we had that happen last year.
I don't think staying out of any wizard. The reason wizards are so popular. All right, used to be one of them. Not proud of it.
What?
Yeah. He takes
The
it.
chicken nuggets come back.
Yeah.
Objectively.
How'd you get out? I thought you either get simulacrumed or you get put in a pine box.
Who told you that?
My friend that
Noted.
punched me in the face.
You're
Noted wizard hater.
He does hate wizards.
Yeah.
He's the expert, though.
Wizards are the reason they're growing, the reason they keep popping up, the reason the whole thing's been around for decades now. People want to feel safe. They want some power. If you don't have superpowers, maybe learn magic. You want to make an impact on the world, but there's people who can just punch mountains away. Can't make much of an impact that way. Wizards are they're a symptom. That's the reason you'll never really stomp them out without changing the root cause. I don't know how to do that. I'm just a guy who he swallows. Just had your last nugget. Got one more minute now till you're done, by the way.
What's the root cause? Is it people like me?
Not existing. But you think you can punch every problem away. Every problem starts thinking it can punch you away, or everyone starts wanting to punch each other's problems or punch their own problems, and suddenly it's just an all-out brawl, and that's what we find ourselves in today. It's just a bit more subtle about it. Anyways, unless you got any more, I'm gonna take a nap here.
Oh, yeah, let me get off the bench. Thanks, Steve.
No problem.
Right, Steve?
Yeah.
You wouldn't happen to be Steve Rogers, would you?
No, he'd probably
Dang.
give you some speech about, like, seeing the best in everyone else.
Thanks, man. I know
Start
where you.
snoring.
All right, I'll wormhole you nuggies later, and I just walk away.
Okay. Do we want to go to break now, a bit early? Or do we want to have another
Sure.
scene first?
I don't know if we can figure one out in 10 minutes.
Okay. We'll be back with whatever happens next in Masks.
Gonna eat a big pile of bugs in the sewer.
Sure. All right.
It's clearly Tower of Steve.
Tower of Steve.
Well, with
For
that
different
completely
things.
out of context
Yeah.
sentence, we're back with
That would be
episode 3, issue 3, part 2 of Masks. So, I want to bring up that Steve, the homeless guy, wanted to influence you.
Yeah.
Before, and I forgot to bring that up. He was going to up your danger.
Okay.
And just going to down your savior.
My savior can't go any lower.
Then
Savior's
if
at
you
-2.
accept it, you would take a condition.
Mm.
And if you don't accept it, you roll and see if you're going to get a condition and other things.
Mm-hmm.
Let's roll to see if I get a condition anyway.
You're rejecting his influence?
You're rejecting Steve's influence?
If you do reject his influence, you do have to, like, act to reject
Act
it.
to prove him wrong. So it doesn't mean to his face.
Yeah.
You can still,
Yeah.
go somewhere else afterwards. Like, no, I'm going to save someone right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it now.
The world's too
I
dangerous.
could
even
save
with
my brother
yours.
from this world. That's what I'm gonna.
Are
I'm
you
just
gonna go
become
beat up a wizard?
overprotective of my brother. I'm gonna try and reject his influence and see what happens. I'm clicking the button.
Okay.
I
The
miss.
words hit hard. You take a condition and change the condition that your stats anyways, which means you
So I
take the
take
second
two
condition.
conditions.
You take 2
Cool.
conditions.
I'm gonna take guilty and I'm gonna take insecure.
That sounds right.
Yep.
Wait,
What
do
a
I
good
do I also
talk.
mark potential because I mss?
Yes, you still mark potential on this. Let me move
Cool.
this to There we go. Now chat stream can see it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I think Morg, you don't really have to sleep. We've established that. So while everyone else kind of went out on their date, which we can either see in a different scene or we can just like
Let's hand wave that.
and
We're
it
good.
gets hand waved away. Everyone cools off, deals with stuff. Those who sleep. You've been exploring the sewers for hours, looking and
Hours and
investigating.
hours.
Wasn't it hours?
Yes. No, I was saying yes. Hours and hours of just
Yeah.
like stomping through the sewers.
Yeah, following a trail. You've been smelling some kind of strange scent, which luckily doesn't entirely gross you out like it would most people through all the sewer stenches, so you're able to discern it and follow it. And a slowly growing, from the occasional mosquito to small clouds of them around. But you follow this trail through the sewer tunnels, and eventually you find and come across a what looks like hidden, not locked, not secured, but you turn a corner through a doorway, and there's what can be described as nothing else than a hidden secret laboratory in one of the sewer rooms, in one of those no one would think to look here kind of things. It's not large. It's like a personal laboratory, like you see.
It's a meth lab.
Roughly in size, yes.
There's a hot plate and a few beakers and like a distillation setup. It's a
roughly in size. That's what you find. You can find there's strange substances in beakers and sewers and chemistry. There is several shattered chunks of amber on one part of the desk on a table there. You can spot there are a bunch of notes and photos on a wall, not with strings between them, but with notes next to some of the photos, and a map of Halcyon. And this is someone's setup. No one appears to be home right now. What do you do?
I would like to pull out my cell phone and text Glitch a bunch of photos of this desk setup before I start just flipping through files and seeing what's there.
Okay. Perfect. Glitch, I don't remember. You also don't need to sleep, right?
Nope.
Okay. So it's probably 5 a.m. and you get this text. Just a bunch of photos on your phone.
And then it's a sewer meth ?
So, how much meth was in the superhero databases?
I think you just get back the question mark response to your message.
There's a ping.
What is sewer meth?
You just get a location ping after that. I don't bother elaborating any further.
You just get GPS Morg is trying to share his location with you. Do you accept?
He drops a pin on Google Maps.
Yeah. But from street level.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. If Morg is pinging a location, I'll probably call Solar on my way toward that ping.
Do you wake up Solar?
Yes, I will. It is early in the morning.
It's 5 a.m.
Hello?
It's Glitch. Morg pinged me with something about sewer meth. Looks like it's downtown.
Okay, give me a moment. Where?
You get the little ping on your phone as it's shared.
Yep. It's not really
All right.
close. Again, hours through the sewer. It's not really close to any of you.
Nope.
You should probably let Void know I'll be there when I'll wake up.
Okay. I'd like to assess the situation and flip through the desk
Perfect.
and touch everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Roll a superior to assess.
Do I get a bonus for touching everything?
You wipe away all
No.
of the fingerprints.
No?
Not in this
Okay.
case.
It seems like something that could be a situational bonus.
I don't usually do those in Power of the Apocalypse games, and in this case, I know what you will and won't see depending
I
on
rolled
the
an 8.
questions. Okay. So you're assessing a situation. So what special questions do you get to ask?
Oh, my special questions are the only I know. Normally in Power by the Apocalypse games, I have like 7 of these powers because they're the only powers I ever choose to pick for some
See
reason.
our avatar
But this
playthrough.
time, it's only before I enter a fight, and I get 1 bonus question,
Okay.
or I get technically 2 when I see some super powered nonsense.
Okay.
I can tell you something. But
Okay.
this is
So-
just science nonsense so
Yeah.
far, so it doesn't qualify yet.
Okay.
So
Just get to pick from the list.
how many do I get to pick?
One on an 8, 1. But you'll have
Hmm.
a bonus to your roll following up on it, I believe.
Oh, the top 2 are. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the more impulsive one. What here is the greatest danger?
What here is in the greatest danger?
Oh, not in. Sorry, I
What here
misread
is
that.
the biggest threat?
Yeah, what here is the biggest threat?
Okay. So looking around here, the lab itself, the biggest threat I would say is not here. Specifically, as you're looking around, you get the impression that this is like the mysterious true identity of malaria, or at least someone related to them. Between the broken amber, the bunch of mosquitoes around, you can see there's been like signs of mosquito related experiments going on. You peer through the photos and notes on one of the desks, and you can see that it looks like malaria has developed as you peer through his research notes, their research notes. They have upgraded their powers. The biggest threat is that they can now bite, and they probably don't say bite, but they can possess and control people who themselves now have powers.
Before, did we even know that they bite and...
They don't specifically. I think the notes themselves are mention infection. Actually, is what it is the note. But
It can infect super-powered individuals now.
infect and control superpowered individuals.
All right. I don't know any science.
And they have actively targeted. They are actively hunting one to
Oh,
do that.
one? Like
One.
one in particular?
As a trial, I guess is the right way to put it.
So what, do they say who it is in these notes?
You didn't ask
Is
what
it
here
Void's
is in the
mom?
greatest danger.
Is it Void's mom?
It is not. But you
Okay.
haven't asked what here is in the greatest danger.
I only had one question.
Mm-hmm. So
Can we just...
you have all the information that is in here, but it's hard. There's like half a dozen or a dozen heroes. Mother Time is one of them, but it's not clear. There's like you can also see Justice Beam, and you see like a bunch of others.
All right.
They'll have like photos taken of them.
Well, I'm gonna text a picture of the one of Justice Beam and like, someone's looking for you, and don't
it's
give
just a
him any
picture of the
context.
tower and nothing else.
Yeah. I don't give him any context either.
Perfect. You get a reply. Yeah, Justice Beam. Justice never sleeps, no matter how tired he might be.
Yeah, of
So
course not.
he
He has some laser-powered system that keeps him
Yeah.
awake indefinitely.
It's fine. He's
It
completely
sleeps
sane.
half of his brain at a time. That's what
Yep.
it is.
So you get the text you get back is, of course, always.
Is there a bug emoji? I just send him like 6 little mosquito emojis.
Okay, perfect. He says, you get back noted. Then a
Alright,
pause, and then it says, good job. Continue investigating.
Do I get points for him saying good job?
If you
I
feel-
might.
It's up to you.
I think I mostly get points about calling him an idiot.
Perfect. Yeah. No, he just texts you sort of a thumbs up. And we'll see.
Cool. Yeah.
So,
Wait for my friends in the sewer. Or not. I actually don't know if they're coming. I never asked anyone to come.
all right. You're waiting just in the sewer?
Yeah, I'm looking around a little bit more.
So, Glitch, you arrive above the sewer. I don't think you were told it's in the sewer. Except maybe the
What's
pictures.
got pictures?
That's true. You have the pictures. And sewer lab was mentioned. So,
Was I called, or am I still asleep?
Solar, did you fall right back asleep after answering her phone?
No, I did ask Glitch to notify Void, so I think they're probably up. I got up, dressed in costume, got out of the house, clicked on the button without saying anything, and then took a taxi to the address.
Excellent.
And yeah, on the way, I would have called Void as well.
Are you just gonna wormhole there? I'm just imagining you're in costume while asleep and you roll out of bed into a wormhole.
No, he probably takes the bike, to be honest, because
That's fair.
he's never been to this place before.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, the team assembles, all groggily for half of it at least.
What? Where's that fucking dead guy?
Sewer myth?
Sewer.
I mean,
I have normal strength. Glitch, can you take the sewer manhole thing? It's too early to do justice.
I want to look around at the buildings that we're at groggily and say, where are we? Above ground?
You're about 2 or 3 blocks from the coast of the city, from the beach. I think you're in a sort of warehouse and like small office unit area. It looks like it will blend. It would blend in half a dozen or a few dozen places throughout the city. Like it doesn't seem like you see anything especially notable here.
Are there any specific names of businesses associated with said warehouse? Like, this place is rented by XYZ.
There is like a storage facility unit that's probably taking
Owned
most
by
of the space.
Evil Mosquito Corporation.
Yeah. I
Unfortunately,
want to
it's
know what.
actually an Orkin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Orchid.
There's no evil corporation here.
Except for Evil Donuts.
Oh,
Look, I just want to figure out what their front is.
They're in the sewer, so
Right.
they're not. They're not. There's
so
no
is-
basement.
Is there a manhole cover nearby?
Several.
Okay. Well, did you specifically say manhole cover? Or just get us into the
That's
sewer?
how I got in.
I said manhole cover.
Okay, then I'll go over and pick up a manhole cover. I wouldn't know what they are. Yeah, I'll pick up a manhole cover, look down, toss it aside. Look at my 2 groggy compatriots and say, maybe you 2 should go grab a coffee, and I'll just jump down the hole.
Is anywhere
No.
even open this early
The gas
or
station.
this late?
The gas
What time
station.
is
Yeah,
it?
there's a nearby
could
gas
get the
station like a
years?
You
block
could
away.
get the coffee in the gas station of questionable origin.
Yeah.
Yes. Evil
Whatever
coffee. It is an
time-
evil gas
You're
station.
near enough to the harbor that there's probably like some very early like risers would be. The earliest risers are starting to like.
There's a
arrive
couple
for
of
work.
joggers wandering.
Yeah.
One of them is in like full superhero garb too, though.
He's like running to somewhere.
He's just doing.
He's
his
just doing a
run.
morning patrol jog.
Hmm.
Whatever time it is, this has got to be our priority to deal with first.
Okay.
Let's just wake up and go on.
Thank you. I think you hear from down in the hole echoing, "You might not need the coffee. The smell will probably wake you up."
I'll just look at Solar and go, ladies first.
I finger you and go down the hole.
Excellent.
Do you like
For-
finger guns?
Yeah,
Flip you
finger
off.
guns.
Oh, you flick me. Okay, got it. Got
Sorry.
it.
Yeah, just double birds and down.
So you guys all, you guys all
Yeah.
go down the sewers, and it's only like probably a minute of a walk to get to where Morg is. You hear them echoing as soon as the manhole cover opens, and Glitch yelled up above. You heard that.
And you also hear me yelling, "Morg, where are you?"
Yeah, so like just flashlight beam out of an adjacent tube, followed by Morg.
Yep.
Hey, there's
Yeah,
light down there, guys.
You also hear me retching.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm awake. Just like under his helmet, tears from trying not to throw up.
Yeah. So I found a sewer meth lab and a bunch of notes on stuff. It seems like mosquito has gotten stronger. Malaria has gotten stronger. I found his meth lab. Like, I'm really not sure what this equipment's for. I texted Glitch, and now you're here. I did not ask anyone to show up. I needed someone to tell me what this was.
So, what?
Do you
what? What
know
does
if
sewer?
they're still like using this as a base?
I have no idea. This wasn't supposed to be a whole team operation.
It doesn't look abandoned, or at
He
least if
might
it is,
come
it is
back.
abandoned totally with no cleanup.
He might
So-
come back at literally any moment.
So you're telling me I got woken up at 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever o'clock it is, jumped down into a smelly sewer, and you don't need us?
Well, now that you're here, do you know what this is?
I'm going to black hole myself.
Into like your shower.
No, I'm just gonna fold
Crushing
into
gravity.
nothingness. Yes.
The full spaghettification.
I mean, I could try and take a look around, but I'm guilty, so I can't assess the situation very.
Not looking for you to do my job. I want you to tell me what the equipment does.
Who knows science?
I'm going
Anyone know science?
to ignore the equipment and look to see if there's any signs that he will be back and he will be back soon and from what direction.
Try to find. Okay, cool. Yeah, roll an assess. You can assess as well. I think in this case, the situation has changed enough. If you're the one rolling this, unless someone else is doing something that is substantially a substantially different type of investigation, this might count for the whole group's investigation now.
I'm doing something else.
What is? Oh, something different?
Something different after.
Mhm.
Okay.
I was just saying, if someone else
I'll-
wanted to roll, it might have to negotiate who does the main roll. Then,
8.
if two people want to help, they totally can, and bump that to a 10.
I'll help the robot later.
In which case, my goal is kind of what here's the biggest threat. Let's see. What here can I use to ascertain if somebody is going to be coming back and where they're going to be coming back from?
Sure. So I think you probably, somewhat grossly, there is in fact a coffee and a 75% eaten sandwich that is definitely, like, even if it's only a few hours old, it's definitely not clean anymore. On this desk. Um, the coffee is not completely cold. It feels like it was hot hours ago. You get the impression that if someone left, they left not long before Morg got here. That's a good sign. It means that you probably actually do have some time here. You probably don't have to rush, and they're not arriving. At least, yeah, they're not arriving back anytime soon. Take with that what you will.
I let the group know what I think this means, essentially.
Drink the coffee.
I think there's literal bugs in it.
He's dead.
Got crunch him between my
There's literal
dead
bugs
teeth.
in him.
Yeah.
Glitch. What were you gonna do, Glitch?
While Solar is looking around and picking up a crusty sandwich, I'm gonna flip out my phone, dial a number, see if they pick up, and begin asking the person on the other end of the line if they recognize any of the pictures I'm sending them. I'm calling Barney. You said
Perfect.
science.
Yep.
He's a smart guy.
Yep. I was wondering. Okay,
I
so
wasn't gonna do it.
yeah, you get hello, in a very similar, like, it's probably exactly the same as how Void answered the phone when you called him. You explained.
Barney,
Yeah.
listen, we're someplace and we could use your help. I'm sending you some pictures. Tell me if you recognize anything.
Who is this?
It's Glitch.
Oh, right. Pictures. Okay.
Yeah, his phone beeps
Yeah, as he
as the
says
picture
that,
comes
he's
through.
like, "Hang on, speaker." Okay. And he like, yeah, mic quality changes, and he looks at the pictures. He says, "What the heck is that? Are you guys in a sewer?"
All right. I do not wish to be reminded where we are at the present,
Okay.
Barney. It is not pleasant.
All right, hold on.
This is the least
Let me
pleasant
try
thing
to
I have ever
zoom.
done, Barney.
Let me zoom, and he like
Quickly, please.
Okay, he does what he can. Do you have a specific move for this, or are you sort of just reaching out for help?
I'm just sort of reaching out.
Okay.
I don't know if there's a base move for. There's really not.
Phone a friend.
Not unless you start
I kind
provoking
of have
him.
one if we want to, but
He did say he's part of your audience. He did say.
yeah,
He does watch your show, as he let slip a bit. He's no
It's a
longer
little-
just part of your audience, which is why I didn't
Yeah.
say it triggered before. He's not a background character.
You can't have
Yeah.
a personal relationship with your audience.
You can.
I think you can, but in this case, it's a little bit weird because it's accept what your audience tells you about yourself, and it wasn't really a me triggering thing.
Nah.
So he starts looking at everything there, and he says, I think. Oh, hang on. I need to open up my laptop and double check this. And he starts taking longer than you'd like, but he starts double checking what he thinks he's seeing, because he's a roboticist, and this is not that. But he eventually, after some excruciating minutes, he says, I think this looks like the bunch of equipment here is entomology related, like bug related. But a lot of the stuff here is weirdly sized. Like half the stuff here, it looks like it's person sized. Like there's a chair and a desk and stuff like that. but some of the other stuff here, like it looks like they were experimenting on bugs, but there's no containment things for the bugs. Like they, the bug, effectively, if you were gonna experiment on any bugs without any containment, you just have to. I guess you're in a sewer, so that could work, but you'd have to like open a thing and hope a bug just flew into it and then close it.
Or you control the bugs.
Yeah, I think that whoever this is can control bugs. I think something's up with this. It's a weird setup. It's super makeshift, but whoever did it, I think, knows their stuff. But they're I think he does some more examining of the photos, and he says that there is the right way to describe it. He starts looking at the chemicals that are in the beakers. He asks for closer photos of them, and occasionally he'll ask you to like tell you other properties that can't easily be determined through photos. One of them is typically used as an ingestible marker or tracker. So if someone drinks it or eats something with it in it, if someone has a device or something, they can track where that person is. Or if you paint something with it, you can track it. It's a real.
It's like an inert radioactive isotope or something.
Exactly. Yeah. So he says that with that and like some analysis, you can probably track down wherever that was used. You can probably track.
Sounds like a lead.
It is. Yeah.
Well, this is
Out of
going
curiosity, could we hear any of this, or was Glitch just directly phone to ear?
It was like video call, so because pictures got annoying.
FaceTimed.
That's fair.
While this is going on, can I assess the situation of like this whole setup? Like, I don't want to figure out like the sciencey bits. I want to see like basically like who's kind of like being targeted.
Well, we have a list, as you see the pictures.
Mm.
Um,
Who is the most likely to be targeted first?
Are you're
guess?
examining the like
The list.
pictures and list? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a assess roll. I think that's fair.
Okay.
This is different enough that I will let it slide.
Okay, so I am guilty. I don't know if I put the penalty in this, but we'll see. If it doesn't, then we'll just we'll just so -2 is 5.
Okay.
No, wait, no, it is. Never mind.
It is.
It's because my superior is 2.
Okay, then
and I'm guilty. Yeah.
So with a 7, you get one question, and it seems like you're doing who is in the greatest danger.
Yeah, like who on this list is in the greatest danger?
Yeah. Okay. You look
Something
over
like
the notes. You see, sort of buried in the notes. It's very much like almost doctor's scribbles. The notes, like it's actually hard to read what is written. But each of the heroes has been given a few different ratings, sort of like accessibility, ease of like how easy it is to infect them, and then influence, how impactful it will be if they're infected, and a few other things of like how well known and well regarded they are by the city, and a few other things. Everyone has their own like shorthand profile written about them. For a first test, it's very likely that the easiest accessibility one will be used. it's not clear to you why, but there is a hero that the one that has been rated with the easiest accessibility is Hot Wheel.
The naked
Hot Wheel.
hero.
The hero that sleeps in his car,
Oh,
who
Sleep-
can remote control vehicles, but also the hero that sleeps in his super fancy car.
Okay. I will take a picture of this list and then to have it on me.
Okay.
I think we should check out this Hot Wheel guy too. Make sure he's okay.
All right.
I think I know a hobo who might know where he is.
I'd like to gather up all of the papers so that when they come back, it is to an essentially empty lab, so we can actually use this to look into it more later. But
Okay, sounds good.
And I
Deep
want to
shower.
take a look at that that tracker thing, and see if it's possible I can get it to react to my light projections. Like maybe
sure.
there's a refractivity it's got or something, where I can sense it.
That sounds like you.
right?
Oh, that's freak.
I was thinking
Let's
freak,
unleash your powers.
with unleash your powers. Yeah, let's try that.
Because it's reshape your environment, extend your senses.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Okay.
That's an 11.
So I think that you sense it is maybe the wrong word. I think you've discovered that it sort of shimmers prismatically, the mother of pearl with the right, the exact right frequency of light projected at it. So you almost have a flashlight, effectively, that will reveal it if you use it.
Nice. I can scan people.
Basically. But as you use the light in the area, of course, it's covered in it. But you can quickly, as you experiment with this, see a sort of trail of this leading out in a certain direction from the sewer tunnels.
As I'll like walk through the door following the trail, and you just hear in his best Velma, because he's been watching TV late at night, Jinkies, it must be a clue.
Who gave him access to Hanna-Barbera?
Oh, that would be me. I also gave him Space Ghost Coast to Coast. So get ready for that as I follow after Glitch.
I've gathered up the papers, and I'm like, okay, I don't exactly have anywhere to put these, so I'm just kind of carrying them in my arms as I follow.
I assume I have like a backpack because I'm on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
That's how I carry
Yeah.
things on my motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just don't. I just take pictures and text them.
Well, we don't want him to have the access to these things.
Yeah, but I'm
Take away his
interested
research notes at the very least.
This is how I was taught to solve crime. You don't let
I
them
mean,
know
you
you're
could
coming.
Mash up the lab, but I'm not so sure I want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm just stealing
I-
all the papers.
Okay.
okay. You can put them in my bag if you want. As long as if you're still mad at me, that's fine too.
Thank you.
Couldn't you just white hole them back to base or something? Like, just
Look,
That was
I'm
just
sorry about last night. I still don't think what you did was right, but I didn't handle it exactly well either, and that's me, and sorry.
No, it's fine. You're right. Yeah, after the mission, he just like literally does that.
You hear from behind you. If you are gonna white hole something, can you get everything? Like, don't just take the papers if you're gonna do the whole teleport. You can borrow the morgue.
Let's do that, because the potential to go wrong is beautiful.
You want me to wormhole all
entire
this
city
shit
block
back to your
collapses because
You know what? Sure, why not? Is that a freak roll? I assume.
Yep.
Cool.
You're teleporting the rest of this entire
So I-
area into the morgue.
put the papers into
Rest
the
of-
middle of the ground so it's nice and easy.
All right, I'm gonna say this because I'm a masochist. Oh boy, freak is one of my higher stats. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Oh,
No, it's because
Nothing
you
went
it's
wrong.
because you said it ironically that it didn't go
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah.
And also, this was a meaningless roll. Worst case scenario, it's not that
I mean,
bad.
worst case scenario, we light it
die.
all on
Yeah.
fire, and no, I think it could
Worst
have
case
been
scenario might destroy all your evidence, but yeah, okay. Either way,
exactly.
it's fine. You sense that nothing went wrong. Okay, you start
And then
following the
follow
trail.
the trail.
yeah,
Okay.
evidence secured.
Perfect. So I
I
think
just got a finger out in front of me, casting light.
Yep. I think we cut to a sports car doesn't quite describe it.
Supercar.
Supercar, yeah, it's like the Batman Begins Batmobile mixed with a Lamborghini. It's like has the capabilities of the Batmobile, but also someone wanted it to look really cool. So it has flames painted on it.
It shoots flames out
Yes.
of the back.
Of
There
course.
are several parking tickets that are just like piled up on the windshield under the wipers that are there.
You think
Um,
one of them is a sticker that he put on there just to start the trend?
Yeah. There.
This guy obviously doesn't park in Justice Beam's terrible.
No. Oh no, definitely not. But there, even from outside, we can see again, like 5 a.m. There's this, I think, there's a cop on. There's like a pair of like rent-a-cops, basically parking people who, one of them like one of them is telling the other like, hey, no, just put the parking ticket on it. But the other one seems fed up and like, no, this is a hero. They have to act like it. They start like knocking on the door. The car is both playing like low, loud music despite being parked and turned off mostly, and you can hear loud snores even through the music. In the parked car. The person who's angry and knocking the door, that parking enforcer, is loudly continues to knock at the door, rapping out louder and louder, and getting angry. The other one's just like, come on, let's just go. We don't want to mess with them. And then eventually the window, the completely blackened window, by the way, all of them, slowly comes down. And you see this guy with sort of like shoulder length, greasy, like dark brown hair, like cool greasy, sunglasses on even though the sun's not even up. He's wearing, I think, he's wearing a leather jacket that is somehow cheap and ostentatious at the same time.
It's a Fast and the Furious brand bomber jacket.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Grease here. I don't know.
Yeah, actually, kind of. But he says, "Can I help you, officer?" Clearly, he's slurring enough that he's either tired, hungover, on something, or all of the above. Probably that one. And I think the other officer. I think we have a short scene of the other officer just like laying into him about like you're a hero and you can't be doing this. And 5 seconds, 10 seconds in, he just starts doing up the window in the middle of the speech. And that just makes the guy more angry while the other officer starts this time physically pulling him away. And while the window's open, the comic panel shows a mosquito just buzzing into the window while that's happening. And I think we stay with the rent-a-cops who start they start sort of like pulling away, and one of them's like, I can't believe that guy, he's such a jerk. And the other one's like, he's a hero, he does good stuff. It's what are some parking tickets? They're just gonna get thrown out in court anyways, that kind of thing. They start going away, they get into their car, and as they turn it on, behind them, the other car turns on. And like both of the headlights, deep red, like eyes bearing down on them, like open up. They both stop and look back at the at like, oh, is he going on? And then he starts driving forward towards them. They start freaking out as one of them is in denial, is like, no, surely he won't do that, and the other one is like freezing and then eventually panicking and trying to run away. They briefly try to have a car chase with Hot Wheel. That doesn't work out so well. They maybe pull away from the curb before getting smashed to the side by the car as it drives past them. The car's partly sideways. Both of the people are relatively uninjured so far. But then the Hot Wheels car like roars and turns around and starts gunning for them again. As they both look, try to like get over the car, but are stuck as it's sideways and don't seem like they can. Who appears first?
Who is the most desperate to leave the sewer?
Me.
So Void sticks his head out first. I'm assuming
Yeah.
right in the path of the car that is oncoming.
I don't know how. I imagine you guys would have left the sewer immediately as soon as the trail allowed you to.
In which case, that'd be me in the front then,
it's up to
because
you.
I'd be
Yeah,
yeah.
it's up to you how you
Yep.
arrive. But okay,
I was just gonna use my burn to like white hole to block the car.
Maybe use the burn and then have Glitch actually go?
Yeah, I'll roll for my burn because I have the roll conditions marked and then blah blah blah, you know.
okay, so you're
So,
charging
I'm
up. If you're
charging,
charging up,
yeah.
you're not jumping into the scene right now. Then,
Yeah.
so in that case,
I
who
do
else
a
is jumping
favor
into?
by giving you conditions.
So who else
Yeah.
is
All right, I'll do this stupid thing.
Hey, I have a pre-fight. Is this a fight?
This is a fight. You're jumping into a fight.
I got a pre-mined fight. Pre-fight roll.
Okay.
Strictly pre-fight.
So
I
what is
always forget.
Morg the Haunted Hero?
It is be mindful of your surroundings. I'm just assessing the situation.
Okay. Well, again, you don't have time to assess the situation unless you wanted to get these people run over by an evil car racer.
Never mind. I don't assess.
I thought you would be like, okay.
Yeah.
I thought I didn't
All right.
realize it to take time for this. I thought it was just a
Yep.
free bonus.
It's not a free question. It's when you assess before entering into a fight. So I think it's meant.
Never mind.
So you could do it before you get in the fight.
This is
Yeah,
a
you
dire
can hold back
situation.
for now if you want to, and assess.
all right,
But
so I'm going to run in and try to defend the cops.
they're parking enforcers. They're not gonna.
Law enforcement individuals, whatever
Yeah.
you want to call them. The quote unquote innocents.
They know
I'll
who they
roll
are. They're not
first and
saying they're more glorious than they are. They're just. I don't think they're even
the meter
cops.
maids.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, so I'm gonna roll first and then we'll describe what happens based on the roll, because this could go poorly. Nope, didn't go poorly.
Kapow!
Kapow. Oh, does it say that? Because you...
Yeah.
Nice.
So.
All right, so on a hit, you keep them safe and choose one. I'm gonna go ahead and clear a condition because I have yet to get rid of afraid.
So what does it look like?
So
Don't we also add
basically,
team? We're
no, I
entering the
choose
fight as a team.
Yeah, that's the thing.
We'll get to it.
So yeah, he's just gonna rush in and I think just shoulder check Hot Wheels car off course. It's not gonna do any real damage to the car, but it's gonna push it so he like does not hit.
Okay. Yeah. So it veers off course a bit and just misses the car. And I think then we see the in the typical style, as soon as there's no longer danger, they're finally able to escape from the car. So they get the door as the car sideways. They get the door that's upwards open and climb out and jump to the side. The one who was calmer in the previous engagement says like thank you as they both run try to like run away to safety, exiting the scene. The car in the background, the car skids around in like a not a really complex maneuver, but doesn't really stop. It skids around and then keeps going straight to you as the tires start spinning and screeching for a second during the turn. But while that is happening, I think this is when you guys are entering fight as a team, and Morg, you can totally assess the situation before that happens as well. It's this time the car got a bit further away, so I think you have a bit of time to do all of this. Sorry about this. But Morg?
Oh, we add 2 teams to the pool.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
so we're at 5.
After Glitch diffuses the immediate life or death part of the situation, I now would like to assess the situation.
I think we'll stick with your 10 from before. I'm fine to do
Okay.
that. So you can ask one additional question even on a miss. You got 4 questions on a 10 plus.
Yeah. What here can I use to flip this car?
There are some manhole covers nearby, and they can hold like they're meant to be driven over and be fine. At the right angle, with Glitch or someone as strong as Glitch. Glitch couldn't lift the car, but Glitch with the manhole cover above him could act as like a spring ramp.
A speed bump.
Yeah.
So if I stick a body, what I'm hearing is body plus manhole cover equals flipped car.
Body with super strength. Remember, Glitch is super strength. Your body will
But
not
I
work.
don't care about what happens to my body.
It's
Yeah, we
lifting
can
the
put you
manhole
back
cover that's the
together.
problem. Those things are heavy as shit.
Oh yeah. No, it's it would have to be Glitch. The area itself, this again is more of a tank than a car that is meant to be very difficult to flip. So
Maybe I should have
currently
asked
that's
this.
all I can think of.
Maybe
In
I
terms
should
of
have asked this first. But how could we best have this quickly?
Okay. So, this area is not as close to the coast, but is near, like further down. You're not that close, but you're the river that runs through Halcyon, that we saw. I think the first session you guys were near. This is a different part of it, and it's near. Best way to end this quickly is probably to lure his car into the water. Hopefully. Hopefully his car isn't adapted for aquatic environments. But
It's the Batmobile. That's
actually, the thing about Batman is he has different vehicles for everything. So
You're
Yeah.
forgetting about the bat sub. How did you forget about
the
the
bat
bat
boat.
sub?
And he's got
what
a
about
helicopter and a plane
the
for some
bat
reason.
cop?
but he doesn't have a single bat vehicle that goes in that can transform from car.
He doesn't
into
have the
sub.
bat amphicar?
No.
The Bat ATV.
There is like a weird 50s car thing where there are cars that were designed specifically to drive straight into a
There's-
lake. I think that would be very funny as a Batmobile.
That would be funny. There is a story. I forget which president. I think it might have been Eisenhower who had that, and he would take people in it and not tell them that it's also a boat.
Yeah.
And he would just be like, "Oh no, the brakes are out," and it would just go right in the water.
They have a there's one of the restaurants at downtown Disney in Orlando has a pile of them. So you get like sit on the docks and I guess pay $200 to drive one, but I never paid the money, so I just
Yeah, no.
like looked at the weird floaty cars.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but the car
this isn't
itself
one of those.
is pretty. It's pretty. It's not indestructible, but it's as close as it can be to that.
All
If
right.
you
I
can
believe
get
I
the
have-
other, there's another way to end this quickly, which is somehow either get him out of the car or get inside the car yourself.
Are his windows tinted?
His windows are all completely blackened, as I described
Dang
before.
it.
They are like,
Got it. Okay.
yeah.
unsafe levels of tint.
Oh, completely like illegal.
Totally illegal.
It's
Blackout curtains.
it's blackout. Yeah, blackout tint.
It's like a vampire's driving the car.
Yeah.
Well,
Speaking
now
of
there
which,
is.
so in the general area, you're near the river. There's also a few different bars and nightclubs around, and it's 5. It's like now 6 in the morning, which means some of them are just closing. So
Oh no.
it's fine.
Can I try to get his attention?
Do you have more questions?
Oh, do I?
You have 2 more because you only asked 2, I think.
All right.
You don't have to spend
Let's
them.
just go down the list. See, I'm pretty sure the answer is the citizens, but who here is the most vulnerable to me?
Most vulnerable to you is an interesting thing. I think
That's the question.
yeah. I think I'm going to apply that to words in this case, so it's actually more helpful. You're pretty sure that malaria is now possessing Hot Wheel, and that you got here slightly too late, but and if that's true, and if they're the same malaria in terms of attitude that you fought before, taunting them, and yeah, they are the most vulnerable to your words if you can get under their skin.
Okay, I can make fun of them. Great.
They're
Perfect.
also susceptible to you playing dead. If you let them hit you with their car, and then
I do
ragdoll
believe I
yourself.
also established one of the times we met them that he is weak to gunshots.
Yes. Once he's out of his car.
Canonically.
His car is
Yeah,
weak to gunshots.
Yeah, his car's not weak to gunshots. Yeah, and then final question, because I'm out of them. What here is in the greatest danger?
Right now, surprisingly, you all
Hot
Hot
Wheel.
Wheels.
or Hot Wheel. Actually, no, you're
Our
right.
reputation.
I would say you guys are, or Hot Wheel. They don't seem to be focusing on civilians, even though they're around right now. That may change later, but right now, no civilians are being targeted.
All right, and then to continue Borg's giant panel with exposition dump in it, I also know that
You're
I
saying
can
a thing about Hot Wheels powers?
yeah, I can survive a shot from the grappling hook on the front of the car.
I mean, yeah. You can... Survive is a weird way to put it, given that you are already dead.
The grappling hook will not take me out for long. It's on the front of his car. On a hit, tell your team one important detail that I know. That's the detail.
Mm-hmm.
The grappling hook can't take me down.
Okay. And on a 7 to
And
9.
the GM will tell you what, if anything, seems different from what you remember.
Perfect. I think in this case...
This is all based on the Batmobile still. That's why it has a grappling
It has
hook.
a grappling hook, but this is... Yes?
The vision of the grappling hook is just amazing because it's like, okay, let's shoot the grappling hook at that building up there, and the car comes
And
off
the
ground.
entire car, yeah. It's like...
You know, but Batman uses it to, like, hide the Batmobile in a car chase in
Yeah,
one movie.
he does.
You're like,
Mhm.
drives
like-
vertical so he doesn't get spotted.
You see,
Batmobile turns into Spider-Man.
that's what I was thinking. Like he hits a ramp, grappling hooks, and he's just swinging with the grappling hook from the car.
Yep, no, it's not quite that. I think what seems different about the grappling hook is that it can grab you.
The flamethrower that's there instead is very different.
No, that'd be a 6-. That would be a like nothing.
Alright.
The grappling hook's still there.
Ooh,
I
I have an
think there's
idea.
It's a
containment
pincher
pods.
instead of a hook.
I was gonna say there's containment pods on like the back of the car. The trunk basically is a miniature prison cell where you can like capture people, put them automatically in the trunk, drop them off in front of like the nearest police precinct without ever stopping. It's like literally just go grab someone, put them in while still driving, pop them off without ever stopping, and the like rolling tube prison just like comes to a stop in front of the precinct.
This town has had way too much justice being influenced.
Never stop, never stopping is probably the
No, it was-
catchphrase for Hot Wheels.
Can't stop, won't stop.
It was
gotta go
originally
fast.
developed by drug smugglers because
Fair.
it's an easy way to
Sewer
drop
meth,
off drugs.
drug smugglers.
But as far as adding team, it is more than 2 if we meet any other conditions.
Yeah, well, who's the leader?
I think Morg still is
Clearly
Morg or Glitch. It's
The
one
leader.
of the two. But Morg is the one who
I
started
think
this.
it's feeling like Morg right now.
Yeah.
Okay,
Everyone.
so
So if you have influence over all of us,
I
you
do.
Yep.
I'm
Alright,
real good at
yeah.
my job.
we
Add another
we
one.
were
Everyone
at
has
one
the same
team before
purpose.
because we were at 3
Yeah.
and we used 2 in different
2.
scenes before. So we're at 1
Oh, okay.
plus 2 from the
So-
2 at the start of the things back up to 3.
Okay, so that's 3. Okay,
You do have influence over everyone, so 4.
so that's 4.
Do we all have the same purpose in the fight? I think so.
Crack
Save
that
people and
can.
Stop car.
Yeah.
Stop car.
5.
Crack that can.
Does
Yep,
anyone mistrust the leader or the team?
I do.
Oh. Or the team.
Yeah.
Or the team.
I don't know what I'm doing. This was supposed to be a sewer
You don't trust
mission.
yourself.
I don't know
4.
how to fix
5
this.
down to 4. Is your team ill prepared or off balance?
Well, it's not get rid of a team. It's just. Oh yeah, it is. Sorry.
Yep.
I don't
Yeah, we're not. We weren't expecting this.
Yeah, it's 5 in the morning.
Okay. You still have 3.
3.
team.
Yep.
I can count.
So yes, we add 2 team.
We add 2 team.
Okay.
Uh,
So the car is racing towards. Right now, we've mostly just seen Glitch directly get involved, by hitting the car. As the car's driving towards you, Glitch, it starts. Part of the front of it starts transforming. The grappling hook sort of shifts to the back a bit, and almost a what's the word for it actually? Like a
Vacuum cleaner.
shovel or like a bulldozing
Oh.
thing. What?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, I know the word. Wait, I don't know the word for this.
Okay, so the shovel and bulldozer.
Sort of
You mean
a
like-
So plow.
yeah,
Plow,
a basic
yeah.
a plow pointed in the front and then angled to each side.
I mean, a cattle catcher would be weird. You know, like the train one that was made to like knock cows out of the way without killing them.
I don't know that. That sounds like the rubber bullets thing. Where like in theory, sure, in reality, that's not going to work. That's what
No, it just makes it so you don't run over the cow and derail the train. The cow still dies.
Oh,
Yeah.
they just die.
The train
elsewhere.
doesn't. But it's a real like grill front. But like I'm trying to think of other ones that would be there. Or there's like the bush grading ones. But like, you know, a plow makes sense
Yeah.
if you're
yeah.
Basically, like a
ramming
ram at the
speed.
front, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a thing to like knock stuff out of the way from the car. Like,
yeah.
know.
You think Hot Wheels plows when it snows?
yeah,
He
that's
would
his
have
side
to.
business.
He's not going to get stopped if he snows.
Yeah.
If it snows, so
It's like I'll change my route to plow your streets, Halcyon City.
yeah, that's why everyone tolerates him. He does it for free. the city doesn't even have to pay him beyond normal hero
And
rates.
quickly.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Too quickly, as many a school
Oh, yeah.
child that has been
Just
buried
covered in
under the
snow.
snow while waiting for the bus has learned.
It's just their mittens are out of the snow.
Yep.
If you hear that roar, get 8 paces back from the road.
Mind the gap.
So, yeah, it's coming towards you. Does someone else? Do we see another person
Yeah.
jump into the fight?
I've been powering up.
Yeah.
I go Super Saiyan.
Perfect.
Full hit. Nice.
Full hit.
I hold
So-
3 burn.
Perfect.
Let me see what I want to do with that.
The car. Punch it.
No, I know. I could
Half of
either
it in the road.
I could directly engage the threat, or I could defend you.
We don't really need defending right now.
And best
Nah, I'll-
defense is a good offense. Punch the car.
All right, I will reality storm the car, so I can spend 1 burn to directly engage the threat using my powers, rolling freak instead of danger. If I do, you'll cause unwanted collateral damage unless you spend another burn.
Will you? I presume. Is this like
Yeah.
summoning a white hole like in the middle of the street? To like
Probably, it's
push
like
against
probably
the car, and it's like revving against the forces that are.
It's
pushing it
probably
back
in
against it.
front. Like, I want to try and basically time it to where, you know, in pinball, the little like circle things that like the ball will bounce off of. I
Mm.
want a white hole do that to him.
Yeah, but the bounces off to is other people's cars.
Yeah, but that's why I'm spending an additional hold to make it
Oh.
not have collateral damage.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were cool. Alright.
You know what? For that, I'm hurting other people's cars. I'm just not
Okay.
spending the additional.
Perfect.
Coolness,
Alright,
my
I mean, roll
cute
freak.
doesn't matter.
Morg also owns an auto body shop.
Oh, that's a miss. Does anyone wanna help?
Excellent.
Uh-oh.
You know what? I can act selfishly.
Are you?
I'll help. The car's coming directly at me.
That's true.
Do I have to roll something to help, or do I just
You
say
just
I
say
help?
you help and spend a team,
Okay.
Say you help and say how you're helping.
and say how. So I
Yeah.
think one of the cars coming towards you, and there's like someone left their dog in the car. Terrible thing to do, but it's also moving and starts tumbling with the dog in it.
Oh, can I jump into
Oh,
that person's
puppers.
car? I want to save the dog.
I mean, I think
So,
whoever wants to help
uh,
can save the dog as part of it. Like this is part of.
I
I've
will
already
spend-
deducted the team.
I will spend 1 team to dramatically save the dog.
Okay, yeah. Do you just
Alright,
jump like? You can probably just jump through the windshield. That's
Crash
something that would
through the
Yeah,
definitely
I'm going
kill
to
an
jump-
ordinary person, but you don't
I'm going
care.
to jump through the windshield, and I'm going to have horrifying chunks of glass in me.
Yeah, which you won't even notice right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to so that's a 7. I'm gonna create an opportunity for my allies.
Okay.
So I'm probably gonna get hurt in this.
Yeah, I think.
So what is the end result of all of this? The car is doing what?
I'm trying to like bend the axle of the car, I guess.
Okay, and how are you? To reiterate, you're using like white holes around it.
Yeah, I'm like trying to pinball it.
Okay. I think.
I'm pinballing it, trying to maybe bend the axle, but in reality, I'm making an opportunity for someone else to.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
With a 7 to 9, it's gonna hit back at you. It unleashes a weapon you haven't seen before. Actually, I think that makes the most sense. Just at the right angle, the grappling hook at the front shoots forward and grabs you.
Oh,
Grabbing onto you, and then sort of grabbing on, securing and sort of trapping you to the one of the building sides, and it's using that to sort of secure itself and stop itself from being too banged around. It's still, let's call it distracted, trying and at best right now, it is stopping itself from totally pinballing around. Someone else gets an opportunity to act while that's happening, but you're still
Okay.
going to take a condition. I don't think it's a powerful blow at this point.
Okay. I'm angry.
As it stops, can I direct a line of fire to kind of both where the wheel meets the tarmac or whatnot? I want to try and either melt the wheel to the point it pops, or make it so that it is sunken and not moving easily.
I like
And
it.
I have no idea of fire physics, so
We'll see. Okay.
I don't think his wheels would pop, but you can melt tar. So yeah.
I want to make it so that this car is not going to easily move at all.
Okay.
And is there a +1 situational, or is that just, hey, look, I can do this because it's not moving around for a moment? I think it's possible
If
because
you
of that.
can use one of the previous investigate a situation, assess the situation, that'll give you a +1. But I'm
I
not
don't
sure
think I
it's
can.
in relation to the fire.
Honestly, I think I'm good enough.
Okay.
All right. 9.
Does anyone want to
I
help?
cannot
Or-
act selfishly.
Okay.
But I'm open to help.
Void, I think your white holes fade after a second because this is a
Mhm.
one-time thing. So as this is happening,
Can I still help with this, or
if you can say how, you're currently kind of trapped by the grappling hook still, though. But I don't know if that's gonna stop you from using your powers, to be honest.
yeah? I'm gonna the white holes fade, and then I'm gonna try and black hole suck it to keep it stuck while you melt the tarmac.
Oh, I even like that better because that allows you to pull the fire closer towards it too if the black hole's under it.
Yeah, I will help.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So we have one team left,
Mhm.
and that's a 10. So I believe you choose 2 on a 10 plus.
It's unleash your powers, so
Oh, you're using unleash your powers. I thought this is directly engaging a threat. I thought.
No, I think that was freak. It was change the environment, and in this case, it's the environment, so it
Okay.
does not move,
So you're not trying to
reshape, or-
hurt him. You're trying to immobilize him. Okay. I
Yeah,
didn't get that.
basically.
So I think in that case, the rubber starts melting, and before long you can see the car is powerful enough that it is technically able to move, but only not enough. You can walk faster than it can move right now. It stops for a second, and then all 4 of the tires, it actually lifts itself slightly on into the air, self-jacking. And
Yep.
all 4 of the
Yep.
tires.
That's
Man.
what it's called. That's what the
Good night,
button's
everybody.
called. Self-eject button. You push
All
it.
4 of the tires shoot out from it. The melted ones, they eject. It's totally immobilized while it starts loading in new tires from somewhere in the car itself. That will take a bit of time, but you have immobilized it for now. You guys have an opportunity still because it's totally immobilized. It
I start-
is not totally helpless though, as simultaneously raising up from the roof is, in this case, a large, totally rotational turret net launcher.
Villain's so much easier because I can survive pretty much anything a villain does. But
Yeah, the thing is, it's all
wanna
non-lethal stuff, so yeah.
Heroes want to capture everyone,
Yep.
and I can't stop that by just tanking it like I
Mhm.
can a bullet.
Yeah. Glitch. I think the what do you do?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
You're still potentially
Um,
holding the sewer, the manhole cover.
Yeah, it doesn't really help when I have a -2 to directly engage.
Oh, no, it does not.
So in this situation, I think the best thing to do would be, yeah, I'm just gonna try to jump on top of the car. Oh, would that work?
Yeah, the net launcher was gonna follow you and try to fire at you. If you do that, that'll be just part of the roll to see how it goes.
No, I'm trying to angle it in a way that it's unleashing my powers and not directly engaging.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I can manipulate light. I'm just gonna throw a force bubble over the damn thing.
Hard light bubble.
Not engaging. That's
You wanna
containing.
yeah.
Yeah.
You want to capture us? We're gonna capture you. I like it. Roll to
All right.
engage it.
Freak away. Why is this taking forever to go? 7.
Okay. Roll 20 seems to be being weird. With a 7, you I think you pick one. Either it is I believe I don't have the moves pulled up.
It's a market condition, or the GM will tell me how the effect is unstable or temporary.
Which do you choose?
I'm gonna go with unstable or temporary. I don't need any conditions right now.
Okay. I think in this case it's just very temporary. You do have them locked in. It's hard light. I don't know if that. I don't think either of you can like. I think the other thing is you can't see through it either direction. It's more like there's a mirror. Like now everything as you're looking at it, you're seeing yourself, and from the inside it should be the same. But you have them contained for a second. When that happens, I think whoever's the furthest back, Void, you're obviously free from the grappling hook now. I think that Solar, you hear someone say, guys, I think that's Solar. And some of the like people who were exiting out from the nightclubs, who were just like watching at the end of the block, peering around the corner, like start coming forward and being like, good job, you did it. And
these people are so drunk. They're so drunk.
Yeah, like yeah. About 8, like a group. You can see like a they know each other group of 8 people start walking towards you, especially Solar, but you as a group as well, like congratulating you, and saying like, yeah, good job. I knew Hot Wheel was gonna turn bad someday. I kind of liked him. And yeah, they start talking amongst each other. But walking towards you, and Glitch, you know this is a temporary force field.
Yeah, I think I'll turn and say, not the time. Help.
Guys, we're still in the middle of the fight. Please back up.
Yeah, realizing I can't participate in this fight because I don't have powers that can help in this situation,
Yeah.
I would like to pull out my badge and be crowd control. Back them up. Still covered in shards of glass with a little dog and a badge. I'm like, everyone back up. This is official hero business.
Okay. They are belligerent. They're like, no, I want to go talk to Solar. Yeah, I'm her biggest fan.
I spit teeth at them.
Sorry?
I spit teeth at them.
Yeah.
I jump through a window.
I'm imagining you're spitting teeth like people who spit like watermelon seeds.
Yeah.
You're just
like machine gunning it, bullet seed. Okay. I think I can see directly engaging the threat, as in the threat is to
I was
them.
aiming for
I can
comfort
see-
or support.
Okay, that was not one of the 3 I was thinking. I could see unleash your powers. I could see defend.
Provoke?
I could see provoke. I could
For
not
some
see
reason, I
comfort
have
and support.
For some reason, I have +2 in mundane right now, and I don't know how to do that.
I got nothing for that. I got no idea how
I'm
you
looking
can.
to comfort and support them by spitting my teeth.
I'm gonna roll freak, because that feels like the appropriate
Unleash your
one.
powers, yeah. Change the environment and as in shoo them away.
Question. Is this overcoming an intellectual obstacle?
I'm not sure their intellect is engaged
I-
in this one.
I don't think academia really responds to spitting
I'm gonna
dental
say
fragments
no.
at your opponent.
No.
Because I'm
You could
using
make the
my
argument-
brain powers
Well
and
done.
not necessarily killing them with my powers of being dead.
So what's the
Listen.
sort? What is the reason for your question?
I have a move that lets me roll superior instead.
I don't
If-
think in
if it
this
inc-
case.
Alright.
If it involves academia, is that it?
No, when you unleash your powers to extend your senses or overcome an intellectual obstacle.
Yeah, I don't think that's this.
Alright.
I was gonna try and make these frat boys for you to make it
I rolled a
academia.
5.
Ooh.
Oh,
I mean, we don't have enough team to make that work, so
I'm not asking. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna take
You,
that.
Arc
you don't have enough
potential.
teeth to make that work.
No. I'm
yeah.
gonna mark potential.
I
Yeah.
think so they start covering them like ew, ew, and then one of them just yells out like rush him, and then they all just do it without thinking. So
rush him.
so they just like all run past you.
I die. I fall down and I get
Yeah, they just
stampeded.
knock you to the side. I don't think they're not even going for you. They're trying to get past you, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Solar, we're coming for you. Don't worry."
This is great. Great.
Solar, what do you do during this?
It's your turn. Yep. I tried real hard. You have firepower, so I tried to
Yeah.
save your roll.
Yep.
I'd really rather
And
not
heads up,
burn them
Glitch,
to
you
a
can
crisp.
feel the force field starting to dissipate. There's a cracking sound on the mirror dome as it starts to shatter. They don't even notice.
I can't hold this much longer.
I think I'm just going to do basically a provoke, I guess. Just a matter of stop where you are, go that way. If this matters to you, get out of the line of fire. We are in an active combat. Leave. And just talk at them. Like, listen to
Okay.
authority, go there.
I think that's the closest thing would be provoke then. And I think
Yeah.
that works in this case. We'll see what they do.
They seem
Provoking an
susceptible to
action.
me.
I think, yeah, they are susceptible to your words. You can provoke them.
Okay. Do.
Oh,
good.
no.
Good. We get all the good
Excellent.
rolls on like teleporting junk.
Okay, so I think in this case, yeah, Solar, as you're turning and looking at the others and yelling at them, you don't get a chance to see how they respond. As they start yelling back at you, but before you can even hear what they say, the mirror dome shatters with the grappling hook shooting forward and grabbing you, Solar, and pulls you back with it.
I want to use a flare.
You please do, as the car with Solar captured starts driving away as fast as it can.
Before it hits her, I want to use shielding. I could do this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hey, Solar. Would this impress you?
No, because I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you're literally looking away from all of this. You're like yelling at the civilians. If this succeeds, Solar will never know what happened.
Okay. I will roll freak.
Okay.
Aha!
Perfect.
Oh, hold on. I rolled the defend.
Roll to defend.
Which,
You keep them from harm and choose one.
I'm gonna clear a condition.
Perfect.
Oh, wait. I have -2 to defend, so that's a 9.
You
Is
do it, I think, but you don't choose an extra thing then. If I remember right.
You expose yourself to cost, retribution, or
Oh,
judgment.
but you still get to choose a thing. There's just
Oh,
both.
okay.
There's both a
I
good
will
thing and a
clear
bad
that
thing.
condition.
Okay.
I will clear
All right.
insecure.
So I think you just get grabbed again, like you're like out of the grappling hook once, back into it the second time.
Aha! Uh-oh.
I'm still turned back to the fight, watching guys charging towards me or yelling.
Yep.
They're not so much yelling or charging towards you. Once they reach you and you're yelling at them to leave, some of them are just like, no, like just sort of trying to explain themselves in a babbling way. One bursts into tears, the other starts taking pictures. They're a mess. None of them are listening to what you were saying, and they're all just kind of doing their thing at you.
Is the car still driving away?
The car was going to drive away. Void, you're in a situation. I think in this case, I think you are
I
grabbed.
could get out of this.
Yeah, I think you are grabbed. The car pulls you back to itself, and I think it sort of, yeah, it starts turning in a 180 away, trying to get away from you guys, but hasn't. It is rotating, screeching, of course, and hasn't even started to gun it yet.
Don't worry, I got
Okay.
this.
You have it. Remember, he is specifically weak to teenage insults about like his whole deal.
Yeah,
I
Now
have
we get
a burn.
+1
Which
if you are going to hurt his feelings.
you guys hurt his feelings. I'm going to get out of there. I spend a burn to move anywhere, slipping past any barriers or restraints.
Ooh, go into his car. Go to the
anywhere
passenger
you've
seat.
previously been, unfortunately.
Oh, no,
So-
fine.
Wait. It says spend one burn to any place you choose within the scene. I don't have to have previously been
or
there.
spend a burn to move anywhere else.
Anywhere
oh yeah,
you've
so you
previously-
can get into the car.
I'm going into the car.
Okay, we don't see what happens yet. You vanish, and everyone's like, "Where'd you go?" We'll see in a second. I'm assuming the rest of you probably assume
All
what
right,
you've
well-
seen.
Not knowing where you went, I'm going after the car and trying to smash the door off or something. Because this is getting out of hand.
Without a roll, I'm just going to step back and stick a firewall between me and the other guys. But
Yeah, you can just do that. There's no roll.
Sweet, I rolled a 1.
Oh, the dice have decided to,
That-
really come back to bite. You missed
No,
masks.
I'm glad that we learned what happens when you roll double sixes and what happens when you roll. Oh, it just says, oh dear. Oh, we don't know what happens when you roll double ones.
So Glitch, you start running after getting up close to the car. As you do that, coming at full speed out of an alley, you get hit by a cement truck. Take a powerful blow. He can control more than one vehicle at once.
Oh, I forgot he could do that.
Cool. Oh, where's the button for powerful blow? Is it just rolling conditions?
Yes.
Yes,
No,
it's the conditions button. Yeah.
At least I have no conditions.
That's good. And then,
9,
of course, this is the
which
high
is
roll.
bad.
Yeah, high is bad for this, right?
Yes. So you choose
7
one.
and 9, choose 1. Okay, Morg, you got us into this.
Yes, I did. I didn't
Uh,
ask to get you involved, but I did set the kernel.
Yeah, and then haven't done anything to prevent badness from happening.
Nope, I told you I
I
didn't
think-
trust this team leader.
It was you.
I think, I'm gonna get hit by the cement truck, go flying, like roll to a stop at Morg's feet. Are you still on the ground after
I'm
getting?
still pasted to the ground.
You're
after
both
Yeah.
on the ground.
One of you got hit by a person, one by a truck.
Yeah, I'm. I'm gonna like stand up, grab you by. I assume you wear an overcoat,
Of
right?
course, naturally.
Yeah, grab you by your lapels, lift you up, and scream into your face. What is the point of you? Get out there and stop this from happening. Our friends are about to die. And I'm going to throw you bodily into the street,
You throw him
And
into
I am-
the wheel well of the car.
taking advantage of my influence to inflict a condition on you.
I guess I'll step up and fix this. What condition? I guess I'm angry.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. In
Now,
my
it doesn't say
anger,
spend, so does that get rid of my influence?
If it doesn't say
It just
spend,
says take
no, it's
advantage
just
of.
Oh, actually,
think take advantage of is when you take advantage of your influence over someone, surrender the influence.
yeah. Okay, so you lose the
Okay.
influence, and they take a condition.
I took angry. I'm going to stand and I'm going to pull myself up off the ground again, stare down the car as if we're playing chicken, and yell at him, "Come out and fight me like a bug!" An
Come out
attempt to
and fight me
provoke
like a
him
bug.
to
Perfect.
fisticuffs.
Before you roll, let's switch perspective to Void. So Void, you pop in, and the first thing you experience is loud, like 90s screamo music.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
new
just
metal.
loud. And it's the type of music that no one should like.
It's divorce dad music.
Divorce dad music.
Yeah.
It's Gen
And,
X divorce dad. It makes sense.
and so you're in the back of this car. There is, I think you're basically just in like there's 4 seats basically inside, which actually no, that's not true. There's 2 seats on the front, and the back looks like there's like a small bed in there, and like it looks like
It's a water bed.
someone's been living there, and very messily. There's a
like
smell.
someone-
It's not
like
as bad
someone-
as the sewer, so it's fine. But like it's still there. But
Musty.
but wearing a leather jacket and inside everything there is no longer just a greasy-haired guy with glasses. Now they look twice as big as they were before, with like weird bulging carapace. And you they don't seem to know you're there. Between the music and everything going on outside, they don't seem to realize it. But you see they're of course they ride manual, because of course they do if they want to do this properly. So you hear and see the sounds of this bulging like armored hand like maneuvers the joystick on the car, control stick shift, yeah. And
I'm sure
you
he
also
has
hear an
individual-
AI voice, like some kind of like robotic woman's voice. I think it doesn't mention that you're in the car. I think it's that it is mentioning like fuel level 25% or something like that.
Is this like a souped up Honda Civic, or is it like
This is totally custom. This thing.
okay? Like, is there? If I look around, can I see like a fuel line? Does he like do fuel injecting or whatever?
Yes.
Or is that all in the engine?
No, you can probably see something from that here. There definitely is some kind of like NOS thing.
There's
It's-
knobs, but it's also a professionally done thing and not something someone kit bashed in like their buddy's garage.
Yeah.
So there's not just tanks in the back seat.
Correct.
There's
you have to
in the
reach forward to
system.
the front seat to press any buttons that you want to. You see one latch or something back here that you can't use right now. I'm in the back seat and want to get onto the front, and like the front seat is laid down and deactivated.
Oh, okay.
It is. I want to go from sleeping mode to driving mode, basically. Obviously, that is already activated.
Oh, this
he doesn't
is
know
such a
you're
dumb
here,
idea.
and he's like, yeah, he's maneuvering the car, spinning it around in preparation to drive away from the inside.
This is something that would fuck up his transmission and his brakes and everything to do with his car, and possibly send me flying through the windshield. But I'm gonna do it
I'm
anyway.
just gonna pull the e-brake.
I'm gonna pull the e-brake.
He's gonna reach forward from the back and crank
Just-
it.
Yep.
Perfect.
Wait, hold on. Is he wearing a seatbelt? If he's a cool guy, he's not.
He never needs to wear a seatbelt. He is
Why would
also,
he need a seat-
however, now
Huge.
armored and
Yeah.
huge. But
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he's also gonna go through the windshield.
yeah. Well, this isn't directly engaging a threat by pulling the e-brake, and it's not. I don't think it fits any move. I think you just do it. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think both. He doesn't roll for it, but both you and Malaria take a powerful blow. As
Now, before I take this powerful blow, let me look at clearing some conditions.
yeah, that's
is
fair.
Is this hurting someone or breaking something important?
Do you consider yourself important?
Yes.
Okay, then
But-
yes.
Oh,
That means you're going to be broken at the end of this. But
Oh.
you realize
What
that.
What
Yeah.
about make a sacrifice to absolve your guilt?
No.
Once again,
No.
we'll leave you broken.
Yeah, are you sacrificing yourself?
What? Yeah, what are you
Never
sacrificing?
mind.
Well-being?
I'll take the powerful blow and see
Okay.
what happens.
Roll to take a powerful blow. They will take a powerful blow as well, but they don't roll to do that. They're marking conditions.
Ow.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here.
So, yeah, you have the same thing I have. I'll put them in the chat.
I'm
Yeah, I have it open here. You know what? I'm gonna take 2 conditions.
Can I clear some conditions? Actually, no. We'll add 2 more.
Actually, we'll add more because then when I go Super Saiyan, it's a lot easier to not die.
Fair.
So I'm now insecure and afraid. Oh wait. Yeah, I think I have to do a. Well, how does this? So if I roll Freak to unleash, to directly engage a threat, if I'm afraid, does that do it, or is it hopeless because it's unleash powers? Which one is which?
Repeat your question.
Afraid is directly engage a threat.
Right. So, directly engage a threat is normally danger, but if I can
You-
reality storm, I would
Yeah.
freak instead.
So-
Would I?
Conditions don't affect stats directly. They affect
Mhm.
moves that are
Got
typically
it.
associated with stats. But if you roll a stat with a different move, that if you roll a move using a different stat than normal, the normal condition that affects that move still affects that move. You're never immune to
Got
that
it.
However, the
condition.
macro needs to be.
The macro.
altered.
Yeah,
changes,
I have to
yeah.
personally. Yeah. So I will take hopeless because that's kind of a
Yeah,
hopeless
okay.
move.
So, first thing that happens is you don't go through the windshields. There's a sensor that realizes you're going to hit it at a very dangerous thing, and like split second opens all of the windows and windshields. So you and Malaria both go flying through it. As the car mid-turn like stops suddenly and jerks, and both of you go flying kind of out the side of it. And then it like goes onto its side and then rolls back onto its thing, like stopping. Dust cloud, music blaring now that the doors and windshields are open.
Oh shit, it worked. Can I punch him? Like as he's flying out of the car?
You can probably punch him after he lands. I don't think he's not flying right towards you,
Alright.
but he just lands on the ground nearby. Like leather jacket now tiny compared to the like bulging muscles, but still quite injured, it looks like. So you just jump on top of him and start punching?
Yeah. With my normal human strength. Because this is what Glitch wants me to do.
Perfect. This will work just fine.
I would like to roll -1 danger to directly engage the threat, so Glitch will be happy.
None of us have danger.
Yes.
I try and roll freak instead of danger.
Is every single one of us negative on danger?
I
have
had
one
danger
danger.
at +2, but it kept getting dropped like every time someone touched me. I was like, Jesus.
All right, roll with your danger.
Listen, hey, you get potential.
Perfect.
I get potential, and I clear
And?
angry, because I have a move about it.
Ooh.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, you punch and punch and
Oh,
punch.
it doesn't put the words out. Yeah, I vent my frustration.
Yep.
I do not hurt the bug.
No, you get grabbed by the bug with one oversized hand. It's they can still pick you up with one hand, but their hand isn't quite the size of your whole torso. Like they wouldn't fit in the car otherwise. But it's still big enough to pick you up with one arm. And you get a groaning like, you kids. Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurts. You know what I don't like about you kids? You never know your place. And he's gonna throw you as far as he can
That's really far.
into
The river?
another teammate.
Ooh.
I'm on the floor, so please don't.
It's not you, no. I think in this case,
Is it the person who will fold like a
Solar.
paper chair, or is it the person who can actually take it?
It's solar.
Ah, option A.
Yeah, he's not dumb.
May I, before he hits me, do a quick more narration as to what I wanted to be doing in the background there? Or...
Yes, I knew you separated the people from getting closer.
Yeah, separated the people from getting closer. When I turned around and turned back to the fight, I was kind of wanting to, okay, this firewall is working, let's ring off this area, and I wanted to just kind of, not so much being about the fire, but get rid of the humidity in the air, make the air really dry and not good for bugs and mosquitoes.
Okay, you start baking the area.
Yeah, basically.
I think we can just say you've been doing it in the background, and we'll
Yes.
capitalize on it later. But yes,
all I want.
You see, morgue is being thrown right at you very quickly.
There is a large glass object coming at me.
Yeah, it's covered in glass
appreciate
shards.
the glass as much as Morg is okay with it. I would like to duck and let him go right over my head into the other guys. I am self-preservationing here without a thought to Morg at this point. Does it count as defend myself?
Someone, yeah.
Yes, I think you can totally just defend yourself. I think.
Thanks
That works just
so
fine.
much as I smash into a car.
Oh no, the people behind me are the drunkards. You're smashing into them.
Just get a bowling animation of Morg hitting a bunch of civilians as
Yeah,
they fly
the bowling
into a
sound
wall
effect.
of flame because you assembled a wall of flame.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I wasn't thinking. There was a large glass-filled object throwing at me.
So, I think in this
So
case.
Yes, I defend myself in that case.
So in this case, you're gonna defend yourself, but you're exposed to some kind of harm. I think in this case, what happens is the people, the civilians duck out of the way barely, as a glass covered morgue
Glass covered on fire.
becomes on fire as he passes through the firewall, collapses to the ground. You're gonna take a powerful blow, morgue, and
I figured that makes sense.
people are going to film you and start talking about you in relation to Solar.
That makes me feel insecure. A little bit hopeless.
Well, you roll to take your powerful blow. So you don't
I
have to take
still
two.
get to either
Oh.
add team for the tool, take influence over myself, or clear condition, which I don't have. So we're adding team for that roll.
Perfect.
I rolled a big
That's
Oh
number.
God, you got an 11. Oh
So
no.
choose 2 from the 7 to 9 or 1 from the 10 plus options.
Oh God, that's awful.
What are that?
Yeah.
You...
It's actually on a 10 plus. You have to choose one of the three. Well, one of which is two options for the 7 to 9. Okay.
Yeah, so you you remove yourself, you lose control of your powers. I don't know how you lose control of being dead.
Where's this list?
I'll
Here,
put it in chat.
I'm looking at conditions in the book. Like, I'm not just ignoring it. Like, I just don't know where they are in the...
This is for take a powerful blow.
10 plus. I'm not. Yep.
You have to choose one of those 3, which is one of them is choose 2 from this other list.
Yes. I would like to lose control of my powers.
What does that mean?
Given that your powers are almost
That's
entirely
weird.
passive,
They're dead and detective.
Does
I think
that
in
mean
this
that you could
case-
legitimately die from this?
no, I
Like,
think your powers don't
you-
deactivate. I think you're just dead, and well, no,
That's
I know
like
what this
option
is.
one.
I know what this
That's
is.
option one.
I know you lose control of your powers in that you are gruesomely publicly destroyed in a way that is like traumatizing warnings on the videos being taken of you, even though you're
Like
still alive.
this, the video that was taken of you is no longer allowed to be uploaded to YouTube. It's a live leak video.
Something like that, like grossly still alive.
The most watched video on something awful.
Yeah.
It's when when Morg went full Tetsuo in the middle of the street.
Yeah.
And
Morg
on
was
the
liquefied.
speaking of the 7 to 9 thing from Solar, with you're being put in some kind of spotter situation, I believe, is 7 time for defend.
Yes, you expose yourself to danger or escalate the situation.
Perfect. So in this case, you expose yourself to danger in a certain way. The people who are like, oh my, like this, whatever's happening to Morg is horrifying. They all say, Solar, help him, help him.
And then the issue ends.
Yeah, and then they're all expecting you to help. Morg, in this burning, broken person right now.
I have fire. I am not helpful in this
But you're
situation
a
against an armored
hero.
car.
But you're a hero, so you need to help.
Ugh, it's true.
So I think I'm good to end it there. Do we want to resume the scene, or simply have, in all of this chaos, especially with what happened to Morg, have Malaria get away? I know how he would if so.
I like the idea of Malaria getting away because this is already a PR disaster,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
that dealing with the aftermath sounds fun.
So his car's out of commission, but he jumps on the cement truck and like it drives out of past the firewall. Tires melt. He jumps on another car and just basically starts like makeshift remote controlling whatever vehicle he's standing on to get away, skateboarding style. He starts. I think he just leaves with like a deep grumbling laughter. And Malaria has a new body
That can control cars.
that can control vehicles.
It's not limited to cars.
He
Void,
could control the bat sub.
If he noticed you, Void, he had a tiny drone in there that would have just started like face hugging you, basically.
Oh my god. Yeah, Void's messed up. I only have one condition away from dead.
You know,
Well,
I don't. It's
not
why
dead.
you guys are all having all these problems with conditions. I have 0 conditions. Haven't all session.
Yeah, me
See,
too.
I also
Yes.
have 0 conditions. Because I had 1, and then I punched the car enough I punched the bug enough that
Yeah.
it cleared it,
You're on
and
fire
then
with
it
a
went
bunch
poorly.
with a bunch of glass shards inside you, and videos being taken of it, and you're fine. It's all fine.
It's all fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my motorcycle helmet's
What could
cracked.
go
It's
wrong?
like you
So-
see my eye.
End of session.
Are we still going with the 3 potential levels you up now? The faster, or no?
Right, we were going to do that.
Yeah.
How fast? We were talking a bit off stream of it feeling a bit like we leveled up faster than the story went. So do we want to stick with 5 then instead of 3?
I think that the 2 arguments were that versus if
We
we
wanna
level up
use adult
faster,
moves.
we'll be able to try this with adult moves.
Right, we really want to try the adult
Yeah.
moves. I think let's stick with 3 potential because we want to try out the adult moves. And Zen also almost accidentally used one today, and I think they're interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they are.
Do we agree?
Then I would have a new point because I'm at 4 potential.
3.
So you'll have 1 rollover and
Yeah, I'll have 1
one
rollover,
session.
and I think I know what I want to take, so I'll just do that now.
I'll figure that
Okay.
out in the intervening week.
Yeah, I'll figure mine out too.
But as a reminder, did you grow closer to the team, away from the team, or into your own image of yourself?
Oh yeah, let me see.
I think this was a team split episode where
Yeah.
Morg feels like, well, I just wanted to get into a fist fight at dinner, and no one else appreciated that.
That sounds like away from the team.
Yeah.
I think that's.
I
can't read it, but I think it's take influence away from
It's-
someone.
Yeah, explain why you feel detached. Take influence over you away from another character.
How
I think that's the
did
void.
Void have influence over me? I thought that was the
Yeah.
whole problem.
Void no longer has
And-
influence over me.
And Morg, you no longer have influence over me.
I'm pretty
Because
sure
I'm blaming
my
you for this
dog had-
entire problem.
But no one asked you to show up.
You
I
asked a
assume
question and then dropped a ping. What the?
I assume I no longer have influence over Solar as well.
Yeah, correct.
You no longer have influence over me, Solar.
Everyone. This was a bad day.
It's
Yeah.
the end of Act 2. Damn.
Yep. Malaria strikes back.
No one expects malaria again.
Okay, so we're done for now. We'll be back next week with seeing how you guys lick your wounds, hopefully. Or start fighting
Frankenstein,
again.
the episode.
Yep. Perfect. Then I'm just imagining the Darth Vader helmet scene, Imperial March and all, but it's an entire new head for Morg.
I gotta get a new helmet. Mine's basically destroyed like Darth Vader's.
Yep. Okay, then we'll be back then. Thank you for watching.